Okay.
That's why you see everybody, the producer, the DJ.
What? Okay.
Now, but it takes a great producer like me.
That shit is hard. Yeah. Damn. Wait. Well, that's wicked.
What kind of name?
Hold up. Hold up. I'm pausing. I'm pausing.
Names were these kids calling you at the pool?
Meathead, Fatso, Lard Butt, Rally the Whale.
Porky, Hog, Fat Ass, Double Wide, Butterball. Those
Double Wide.
Yeah.
Double Wide. Jesus, true.
You did not start no car battery with your bare hands.
If I didn't, may God murder my children. I hate that I even spoke about that. If I didn't, may God murder my children.
No, don't say that.
Please, kill them today. Right now, today.
Kevin.
And to be honest with you, I just put my hands over the battery and prayed, Lord, please let this woman battery start.
On a physics level, that's impossible.
On a physics level, human beings emit electricity. Our bodies are electric.
Not enough to start
You
a
ever
car.
touch somebody and shock them?
Yes, I've got a
Okay,
static
so
shock.
what you was doing? You was emitting
Yes.
electricity.
But listen, I took chemistry. That is so minuscule to compare to what you need to start a car.
Okay.
He doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. Hold up.
For dogpiling, which is really psychologically damaging to people, and it also damages your careers. So I think because of that, it's an unethical work environment, an unethical professional setup.
Alright. Our popularity is going to be fucking huge now thanks to that painting. They love that. Oh yeah, targeting locals 27%, base popularity 30. Oh, that's big. That's huge. Man, these trash cans on this side of the map have just been bad. Just straight up bad. Can you speedrun this game? Probably. Somehow. There's definitely a meta for progress, I'm sure. Just gonna sell to everybody. Let's make just a ton of sales. I don't care how much money they have. I'll sell to them. Even you, Neil. Wait, Country Dan's new. Wait, what? Wait, this guy's brand new to town. What the fuck? Wait, that's amazing. More people show up? Or is he a bad guy? Is he gonna go, like, rob my shit, like, hold me up? Say, like, draw partner? Where did he come from? That's the first time we've seen a new face. Ooh, the bongs going in. Already almost out of those bongs. And I just put them out. God damn. Kind of want to get more merch shelves out because these bongs just...
Does great.
Why are you
thank
terrified
Mike.
of sleeping? That makes
Because
no sense.
okay, what is the
You've done
difference?
it many times.
What is the difference between sleeping and dying? Tell me that. Tell me that.
Well,
you
you're
dream
not,
when you sleep.
you're not dead. That's the big one.
Aside from that, but but from your own perspective,
You wake back up. No, there is no difference.
There is no difference,
Your brain it, like goes. Doo, 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 doo.
I think I thought about this because I was like, I always fall into like random YouTube holes, and I was just like, random facts. People don't know how anesthesia really works, but it just does for some reason, right?
What do you mean?
Like, in terms of, like, you know, when you go under for surgery,
Yeah.
like, they still do not, like, know on a molecular level why, like, anesthesia works, why it knocks you out.
Yeah.
But then...
Now I'm afraid to take anesthesia.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yes, doctor, pump this shit into me that we don't
like,
know.
It's like, you know, I'm sure penicillin, he was like, bro, I don't know how this shit works exactly, but it seems to be working.
Hey, yo, this shit busting though.
So I would just take it if I was you. It'd save my kid.
Yeah, because I've luckily I've never needed like surgery or anything like that, so I've never needed to go under. So I don't know what it's like. Have any of you guys needed to take anesthesia or anything like that?
If I ever go to the hospital and I need to get anything serious done, he's like, man, we gotta stitch up your finger. I'm like, just put me under. Just fucking knock me out. Like, I do not want to be awake for any of this.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with you opening me up while I'm asleep. I just don't want to know.
Every time they take blood from you, they're just like, pull me under, dog. I don't want to see this shit.
The blood's probably like my like, it's getting closer to my limit of like, man, I do not want to do this, but I'll do it.
Yeah, I didn't realize before, but I think I don't know. I don't think I have a fear of getting my blood taken, but I think I like to know when I'm getting my blood taken beforehand, so I can.
Have you ever had your blood taken without you knowing?
Not without me. Not without me.
He's just standing in the fucking lights. And it's just like, what's that? Hey,
not without me knowing.
take my blood.
But actually, today I did have an appointment, and I did need to get my blood taken.
Okay.
And I didn't know that I needed to get my blood taken.
Oh, you felt uncomfortable. You turned up, and they were like,
Oh, you want to know beforehand?
Yeah. So normally when I go to the doctor
right.
or when we have a health checkup, I'm like, okay, I'm getting my blood taken. I can mentally prepare myself. I know this is going to happen. So I go to this appointment and they're like, okay, we probably need to just do a quick check of your blood before anything else as well, since it's been a while. And I'm like, sorry, what?
Wait, so how much notice do you need then?
How much notice?
Yeah, how much notice do I got to give you before I take your blood? Like, if I feel
Like, you gotta put in like a notice.
Like,
gotta put in like
is it like just a 1 week thing, or a 1 day thing?
just
Like an
before,
hour
just
before?
when I turn up to the building for an appointment
You
to
just
do
wanna
a
know
checkup. I just want to know before, so I can just be like, okay, I'm getting my blood taken today. And here's the thing, I don't know why I never used to think about this. Before I'd be like, getting blood taken, whatever. But the more that time has gone on, for some reason, I don't know if it is being around Sydney, because Sydney is deathly afraid of needles. And I think being around her and her fear of needles, some of that fear might have like gotten pushed onto me subconsciously. I have no idea.
Is it because you've seen like Sydney's blood getting taken a lot, where you're just like, oh, that thing looks...
I think so, actually.
Yeah.
Because I remember one time I had to like literally the first time Sydney got ill. I don't know if I've ever told this story on the podcast. Maybe I have, but first time she got ill, had to take her to the hospital because she had a very, very bad fever. Of course, she had to get blood taken. And I guess like me now, if she gets blood taken, she needs not a day. She needs like a fucking week or month notice to be like, I'm building up to this one moment. Doctor goes, okay, we need to take your blood. And I had to literally help the nurses hold her down while we take
Jesus Christ.
while we take a blood.
Why? Because she'll like run away.
She was like that afraid of needles. But
Bloody
you
hell.
know, to be fair, she's gotten a lot better now.
Yeah.
But I think that one time because normally when I get blood taken, I never look at the blood being taken, and I think having now helping Sydney every time calm down whenever she gets her blood taken, every time I see like her blood getting taken, I'm like, that doesn't look natural, man. Something's wrong. That was in her body? That was in her body?
I think watching someone else get their blood taken, I'm kind of like, yeah. But then when I watch it happening to me, I'm like, whoa, that's weird.
No, I love
right.
seeing my blood getting taken.
I know you do. You're a freak. You're a freak.
I'm just like, look how much it's gushing.
I remember because I have to get blood tests all the fucking time because I've just got diagnosed with hemophilia, which is a genetic thing, not genetic, hereditary. And I remember they used to take my blood all the time. And dude, to this day, I still want this toy. They had this thing, and it was like 4 cubes by 4 cubes, and they had like the floating ink in water, like a lava lamp kind of thing, but more viscous. And it was just like a house where like all the ink would just go around and it would spin and do stuff. I thought that shit was so cool, and they would just show it to you, just like, ooh. Ooh. And then they're secretly like, get all his blood, get it all.
It's literally the tactic doctors use to, on a baby, right? Where it's like, hold on to this teddy bear.
I remember I was like 8 and I was like, damn, this thing is sick. I wanted
What
that.
is it like a ferrofluid thing or what?
Yeah, like a ferrofluid kind of
Yeah.
thing. And just kind of like, it would just go around the house and do a bunch of obstacles. And
Yeah.
That sounds sick.
It sounds sick.
I just want that as a thing now.
It was cool to look at. I was like, wow.
Have,
Oh, my blood's gone.
have any of you guys ever needed to take like any strong like painkillers like morphine or anything along those, anything on those levels?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, like,
Just cope, yeah.
yes,
It's just cope.
I huff that every morning. Like I don't know. I've never had to go to like the hospital for any kind of like major injury or anything
Yeah.
like that. At least from what I remember.
No wisdom teeth getting taken out or anything like that?
I still have all my wisdom teeth. They came out straight, which is great. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been
I've
a.
always been curious about what it feels like to get to that state of mind, because you sometimes you see videos of people taking their wisdom teeth out and they just
It looks funny.
it does look hilarious. At the same time, I would be deathly terrified if that ever happened to me, because I have no doubt that if you boys took me to get my wisdom teeth out, you'd just take advantage of my mental state.
I think
of
you
mind.
have to film it. Like, I think
Of course you do.
I would like that
We
filmed.
need to do a trash taste episode with you just like, no, where am
I think you film it, and then if it's too cringe, you delete, and if it's funny, oh great, we keep it. You know?
Yeah.
I think it's just it's like those weird videos.
Is this
from-
real
yeah.
life?
Yeah.
Like you get that video, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only time I've seen someone like that happen to someone was another time I had to take Sydney to the hospital. God,
Sydney's just your experiment. Like, so I gave her 4 cc's of morphine.
yeah. She wasn't.
Just limit testing with Sydney.
Yeah, exactly. She wasn't given morphine, but she was given another strong painkiller at the hospital. It was in America.
Yeah.
And I remember she was in pain, and then she wasn't in pain, and it was like, oh, it's all good. And she was very clear in the mind. She was acting like normal Sydney, and then she just goes to me, so go on, like, serious question, are those walls moving? And I'm like, no, those walls are not moving. And she was like,
I hate it when the walls move.
she was
Did the
like,
doctor give her shrooms? Like what the fuck?
I have no idea, but like she was just like in the most straight voice, she was like, no, I think those walls are moving. Can you can we get out of this room, please? The walls are like,
Can you check up on that?
yeah, why are the walls wiggling right now?
What if you went back and pushed the wall? Like you went up to it, and then maybe it would. Seem
I would be wiggling part
Yeah,
of the wall
actually, yeah,
then.
maybe you might be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
woo. Just to fuck with her. Just like, woo.
Yeah, I mean, it does scare me sometimes how easy it is to like manipulate the mind. You know, fucking.
Was you saying it that in that blazer? It's so like. So I heard you want to be manipulated.
Yes.
The only actually I don't know the ending to this story. When I was really young, you know those I don't know what they are. They're like balloons things, but they have weights at the bottom, so when you punch it,
Yeah.
it goes back down and then it comes right back up. I don't know if I've told the story before.
Like the punching bag things?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
a punching bag, but for kids. It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, it's like this big. And I was just punching mine, and I was punching it. I was having a good time. And then, I don't know how this happened. My brother starts screaming. He's like, ah! I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, your thumb. The thumb was just backwards. Like down here. What? Yeah.
Oh.
I have this memory of looking at it going, because I'm just like, what the fuck? But I couldn't feel anything. I remember not being able to feel it at all.
Did you like dislocate
I think
it?
so, yeah.
Like a shoulder press?
Yeah.
With like free weights? I don't know if that's what it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we were doing shoulders.
Yeah,
we were doing shoulders. And I remember.
Kid in our year called Victor.
Okay.
Dutch dude, right?
Okay,
Right.
okay.
We're like 16 years old. This guy is 2 meters and 20 centimeters. Oh, yeah.
And it's the.
And obviously this plastic chair had obviously taken a little beating. I didn't know that. So all that happened was I sat down, plastic chair broke, and I fell on my ass.
That hurts.
And
That hurts.
yeah, and there is like
Jumping was really cool though. I really liked it a lot. It is strange because it was like I'd never done it before, and I was really hyped to try it. I knew Chris was very much not hyped to try it.
Yep.
In fact, he didn't even want to go near it.
Yeah.
And I knew I would like it, but I in the video it's like, all right, okay, like I don't know how to do, like I don't get scared at stuff like that. I don't know why, because I just trust that everything works.
yeah.
And if something goes wrong, all right, well, GG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No
Like,
either.
Yeah, like, but also on the video, you have to like pretend to be a bit more scared than you are because you know you got to, and you know you ham it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is that like 1 second window where you jump out and the bungee jump hasn't tensioned yet.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
You're just in free fall.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like you kind of in this. It's not even a second. It's like less than a second. It's like half a second of like, holy shit. This is what it would feel like if you just jumped off a cliff.
Yeah.
Like just this falling and the picking up the speed. And the scariest thing is just seeing the floor get way closer to you really fast.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the bungee, you know, it tenses, and then you're like, oh, okay, right. And then it becomes more like a ride.
Right.
But for those 0.5 seconds where you jump and you just see the floor and you're like, whoa, that's an amazing feeling.
You feel the 0 Gs, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it's sick.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's so good. I get why people get addicted to it.
I still wouldn't want to do it.
No?
It's weird.
He's scared of heights, isn't he?
That's
true.
the thing. I don't want to do bungee jumping ever, but I want to try skydiving.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I feel when it gets to skydiving levels, when you jump out of that, again, I don't know, right? This is just all speculation. But
Yeah.
I would feel the moment I jump out of the plane, maybe for the first second or so, I'd be like, I am practically shitting right now. I'm
Yeah.
shitting my pants that I've jumped out of this vehicle.
Yeah.
But then after a while, you just enjoy the free fall, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I'm good. Like, you know, I've got a parachute. I got an instructor probably, like, you know, and it'll be fine.
I feel like skydiving's safer than bungee jumping, though.
I think the one thing about skydiving that makes it less scary in my mind is that the floor from that high up, like the ground, doesn't feel real.
No.
Because there's no like perspective.
It's like computer generated.
But I think the thing that makes bungee jumping so scary is how close you get to the ground, and also it just looks like a normal view, and you're just jumping.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like when you see videos of skydiving, you're like, bro, it just looks like man just jumped out on like of the Sim City, looking down.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like it
yeah.
doesn't look. And I know that obviously it is going to be scary in real life, but it doesn't feel like that when you're
Right,
watching it.
right.
I've never tried skydiving. I really want to. But yeah, just that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
And I think how close you get to the floor is definitely terrifying. In that place as well, though, they had this like swing, and that was way scarier.
Oh,
that
the
was
giant
actually,
swing?
It's a giant swing, and the
Yeah.
reason why it's scary is because you don't get to decide when they drop you, and that's what's terrifying. Because it's kind of like you're just sitting there, and then suddenly, boom, you're falling.
Right,
And again,
right.
it doesn't tension for about half a second, and
Yeah.
dude, it's terrifying. The
Yeah.
fact that you get to decide when you jump and when you start speeding down
Yeah.
is definitely a massive factor in what makes bungee jumping feel more kind of in control and more fun.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can't
Well,
do
that's just
anything.
anxiety inducing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're sitting there and he's like, ready? And you're like, yeah. Then go. And then you go.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
I've have you seen those videos of the guy doing the bungee jumping, but he's like attached to the chair?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, so there's this video I saw quite a while ago of this guy. I think it was on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever. But it's bungee jumping, but instead of, you know, you standing at the edge and then you jumping whenever you're ready to go,
Yeah.
you're essentially strapped to a chair,
Yeah.
like a regular ass, just like plastic chair, and you don't get to go because it's like a hostage situation.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you're just attached to this chair, and the instructor just like Spartan kicks you off,
Oh,
and no warning.
that sounds fun.
That does not sound fun. That sounds like a torture
I
method.
thought that sounds fun. I like the idea of that.
It's like, where's the money?
Dude, swinging or bouncing around in free fall was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved that.
I'm good.
That's just a Batman simulator, right?
Yeah.
POV. You have information Batman needs.
Where
is he? Where is he?
I think I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie in general, though.
I think out of
do-
the three of us, you are
I do
definitely
love
so.
doing the crazy things.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, though, like I always just loved that stuff too.
Yeah, see, I think that's the reason why I managed to go through my entire childhood without going to the hospital, is because I never looked for that adrenaline.
I've never broken anything though.
I like
You just
it.
got lucky, bro.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
I've had some pretty bad falls, but I've
Yeah.
never broken anything. I don't
Wow.
know.
Built
Man
diff.
maxed out his luck.
Yeah, built diff.
Yeah,
No,
I think
I
maybe
like
I have.
I like my adrenaline as well. I just like it to be controlled because I think the difference between
5 shots of
let's-
adrenaline.
yeah, let's say the difference between a roller coaster and snowboarding is that I don't trust myself. I trust myself way less than going on like rails. And
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes snowboarding more adrenaline inducing. It's like, man,
that's it. It's the
that's
risk,
it,
right? It's
man.
the
Like,
risk.
There's
yeah.
no risk on a roller coaster. So roller coasters, I'm kind of like,
So I'm more afraid of a roller coaster than I am of snowboarding, though.
why?
I don't know. Maybe I'm the opposite. I trust myself more than some rando I've never
But the
met.
odds of you hurting yourself is so much higher. So
I
you're
know,
not
but
gonna
maybe
stick,
I
yeah.
don't think about that.
It's the feeling.
It's the feeling of like, yeah, I'm in control of it. It's like it's my body. I have full control of it. Whereas if I'm on a roller coaster, I'm like, you know, there's lots of people I can blame if this goes wrong. You know, not and none of them are me.
I think the bad thing about being an adrenaline junkie though is that sometimes you have to. The voices in your head are like, do that, it'll be fun, and then you're like, no, I should.
Yeah, unless
it's like I always love doing jumps on skiing or snowboarding, but dude, it's like the easiest way to fucking hurt yourself. It's so easy to hurt yourself. But you know, every time you do a jump, you're like, we can go a little faster next time. I think we go a little higher. And every time you do, you're like, oh, I nearly messed up that landing. That would have been bad. Because you know, there's a lot of speed, a lot of momentum, and you don't really get to fall nicely on a ski or a snowboard when it's strapped into you.
No.
So far, I haven't had an awful one in a long time.
Touch wood. Touch wood.
It's been a hot minute since I really hurt myself on a ski or snowboard. Maybe in future.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Let's keep it that way.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Did you see the clip I posted of me doing I did an IRL stream?
Yeah.
I did a jump.
Yeah, you did a couple of jumps on that.
Yeah. It was so hard to get it framed though.
Yeah.
Because in real life you move so much more than, you know, obviously you can anticipate. So and one time Ludwig was like, I'll be your cameraman. So he's my cameraman while I'm doing the jumps. And of course, as he's going to the jump, you know, he assumes a position. And immediately as I'm about to take the jump, he bends down. So you just miss it. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. But it was cool getting to do that and getting to... It's surreal watching it back because you watch the jump and you're like, oh, wow, that looked way cooler in my head than it did on the camera.
Yeah.
But managed to get some air and stream it, which I think was pretty cool.
I mean, there's a reason why games like SSX Tricky are in third person, not first person.
I think that's true. Also, it's pretty like sickening.
It looks way cooler in third person.
It most certainly does.
Yeah.
It's cool though being able to do that, I think.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I don't know how often I'll do that. It was kind of tough.
I mean, I think it's amazing that, you know, like you said, we have gotten to the point where you can stream something like that.
It's so cool.
But at the same time, I don't need another layer of complexity to add of me like trying to hurt myself as well. That's fucking terrifying.
It's like,
mate.
now I'm in the trouble of hurting myself and all of this expensive equipment on my back.
Yo, but
I was more worried about the backpack than me. I was like, hey, a broken bone can fix.
Spoken like a true IRL streamer, dude.
But the equipment, that takes a while to replace. You know, I can get a new leg.
This equipment's more expensive than I am.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I've been skiing for a while and snowboarding, and I was like, man, I just kind of wish I could like do something with it. Wish I could like stream it.
Turn it into content, eh?
Well, just because that's the YouTuber brain. But also, I think sometimes when you get pretty good at stuff like that, it's kind of easy to be like, well, it doesn't really,
doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like doesn't do it for me anymore.
That's what happens when you don't have any hobbies anymore. You're like,
That's true.
What? Is there anything left in my life that I can monetize in some way? Any skills?
That's true. That's true.
This is a hobby now.
No, it's
unoptimized.
It's a job now.
Yeah, I'm doing it purely for enjoyment. Well, who does that?
I don't know. It's like a fun thing to test. I like messing with stuff, and I like trying to figure out if some things work.
Yeah.
And I always thought that, man, theoretically there's nothing stopping you from streaming skiing. It's just why is the big one. And then tried it and it kind of worked.
Yeah.
Some bits didn't work so well.
Do you think you can do it again?
Yeah, I'd really love to do like a ski trip for like 1 or 2 days, probably 2 days. But then like everyone had a backpack on, or like at least people who were pretty confident they wouldn't fall over.
Right.
So maybe not you.
Yeah. Definitely not me.
Maybe some other competent skiers or snowboarders who are pretty sure they're not going to fall over.
Yeah.
Can have it.
Probably Manu, right?
Yeah, Manu would be good. Yeah, Manu would be good.
Great,
If you put me on some skis, I could probably do it as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like I think it's easier not to fall if your goal is to not fall.
Yeah.
I think if you ski,
wow. Words of wisdom, right there.
At least with skis. Sorry, I mean I'm trying to word it because like.
If you don't want to fall, just don't fall.
There is a way to ski, if you've never done it, that is very safe.
Yes.
And it's very hard to fuck up and fall over unless you pretty much try to.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're not a beginner.
Yeah.
Snowboarding a little less so. And so I think that you could do it where you could be like, all right, if I have the bag on I'll be a safe boy, nothing fancy.
I mean, during the road trip, right? Like when we got those shots of us skiing, like Manu was holding a very expensive camera.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
And he was
very
chill,
fast.
going very fast, but he was chill with it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a bit
nice.
too chill. I was like fighting for my life on the slope, and he just goes past me backwards, holding a camera. I'm like, "Fuck you, Manu."
Yeah.
Such a flex. These goddamn Europeans.
It's fun. I just started doing the thing where you just spin around when I was with the camera, but it just looks like you're just disorientating people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, you don't realize, like, damn, that's kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard to show you guys.
Yeah,
exactly.
I guess it's fun. It was really interesting. It was a cool test. I basically saw that Rob did it. That's how I do most of my streams. Like, Rob did it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try and call.
I can do it now.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me try it. I always thought, man, I should try it, but I just didn't know if you could get signal. And the answer is you kind of can.
Yeah.
We could get signal on the main slope, but the moment we went into like valleys, it just died.
Yeah, because because I just came back from Journey Across Japan 5 in Hokkaido, and Pete, who was with us, he streamed like the behind the scenes for like a couple of days.
Yeah, I saw. It was cool.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. And
In like the most remote parts of Hokkaido.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, obviously some parts like the signal was dying, but it was surprising the amount of places we actually got signal.
Yeah, Japan's really fucking good with signal.
Yeah.
If this was in Wales, it couldn't be done.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway,
I remember
not even in Cardiff.
I remember IRL streaming in Brighton, one of the major cities in the UK, and it was like dropping out left, right, and center. The moment I got like even like 50-meter radius of the beach, I was like, oh, I guess signal's gone. Can't show you the beach, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's like, I mean, obviously by the time this comes out, my RV thing will be done. Fingers crossed it all goes well and smoothly. That'd be really funny if it went terribly and Sage poorly. But I'm sure it went great. I prepared very well. Yeah, it's like already doing on location shoots is hard.
Yeah.
But then when you have to be like, okay, we want to shoot on this location, but we need signal. It's like, oh, that's a big thing to worry about.
Yeah.
Now suddenly you have to plan everything out about where you maybe have
It's a
infrastructure.
whole other layer you have to like worry about. Yeah.
But it's getting better, and luckily, this is probably like one of the best countries on earth to kind of test outdoor shooting and IRL stuff.
Yeah.
Well, compared to some, compared to a lot of Western countries.
I mean, when I would like go home, for example, I the first time I went back to the UK after living in Japan for like 2 years, went back and I was like, yeah, man, it feels good to just get off the plane, have 4G. You're like, great, yeah, because it's London, and it kind of works.
Yeah.
Then I remember getting the train to Wales. And literally the moment we got out of like the greater London area, I was like, oh, I can't load a YouTube video. Oh, I remember I got in the habit of downloading everything because this happened all the time. And I was like, I'm sure it'll come back. It did not come back.
Like at all?
Until the train stopped.
Holy shit.
It just did. I could maybe get a text in or a message, but like I couldn't watch anything. And I was like, oh, this fucking sucks. Like, I guess if you
what did people do before smartphones?
Yeah, like I guess if you're just like moving even at a remotely fast speed in the UK, it just doesn't work well.
Yeah.
At least where the trains go through. I think the roads are a bit better because more often than not, cell phone towers are built very closely to roads.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, I don't really know why, there just is. Same in Japan. Because basically how I do a lot of the deciding of can we film here or can I do an IRL thing here is I have to go to a cell phone map tower.
Right.
It's open source, and you have to go through all the mobile networks in Japan and just look, and there'll be like dots of where they are.
Right.
Yeah.
And if there's none nearby, it's like, well, guess we're not doing it there.
Yeah. Because I was about to say, it's like even like in Japan, you could be on the Shinkansen traveling at 300 kilometers
Oh, you
an
never
hour,
get it.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
and it's full bars the whole way.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
we came recently from Hokkaido, and at least for the first 3 hours or 2 hours, there was none. It was so
From
bad.
Hokkaido?
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
probably
Yeah.
because you were in the long ass tunnel, right?
There was the tunnel, and then you would come out of the tunnel, immediately go in another tunnel, go out of the tunnel, go in. And it's like,
Oh,
my
yeah.
God. But yeah, I mean, normally in Japan they built them all along roads.
Yeah,
is what
that
I
makes
don't know if
sense.
it's the same. I'm assuming it's the same in the rest of the world, but it was yeah.
Yeah, do you
very
remember
tedious stuff.
Do you remember life before smartphones at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it, and it just feels so fucking so alien to me.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember like when I was like, 10, 11 years old, and because it's Australia, we still had dial-up. And every time I would go to my friend's house and I'd be like, yo, I found this really funny animation on Newgrounds. We should watch it. And we would sit there for like 3 hours as it loaded. And I'd have to, and I'd be like, excuse me, I need you to get off the phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Like right now. Just for like the next 2 hours, don't pick up a phone.
Yeah.
Because I really want to show my friend this fucking animation. It's sick. And the animation would last like a minute. And I'd be like, worth the wait.
I think it's really cool that we were able to experience such a dramatic shift in in human life.
Oh yeah.
Something that I guess has there been anything this significant in a long time that's changed everything?
It's
the industrial revolution.
Yeah, it's insane.
Changed life that much.
Yeah, because I remember the first time I had not experience with an iPhone, but like experiencing the kind of like potential it had. Because I'd never been that kid that would had like the best technologies, not even close. So I remember it was 2000. It was 2008. I was 18, and we had heard about some guy. This sounds like an episode of The In-Betweeners. We had heard about some like a mate of a mate of a mate who was throwing this massive party in the middle of a farm. And of course, we were just like,
I think you've told us about this.
Yeah, this was like the farm party where some guy burnt down
the couch.
Yeah.
So I don't think I ever told you the story about how we got to this party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was the party. How we got to this party was this is like it was a farm in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, right? Somewhere in like the South Downs somewhere, and I was a designated driver. So, didn't drink at that party or anything. I was a designated driver because I was the only one with a driver's license at the time.
Okay.
Of course.
And at the time, the iPhone just got announced at 2007. So when I got sent the address, I was busy being like, okay, I need to actually note down the route to this address.
Yeah.
And one of my mate goes, nah, we don't need to do that. Don't worry. I have this new thing. It's an iPhone. It's permanently connected to Google Maps. Don't worry. We can find our way. And I was like, you for real? We can do that?
The future is now.
The future? That's the fucking future? And he was like, yeah, don't worry about this. I got this. So he's directing me the entire way in Brighton, getting how to get out of the city and stuff. I'm like, holy shit. This is the fucking future.
Yeah.
I don't believe this.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we get just a little bit out of the city, I'm driving down the road, and then there's a cross section coming up. There's a turn coming up. I either go left or right, and I go, this car's like full, by the way, but my mate's directing me, and I go, do I go left or right? Doesn't answer, and he goes, do I go left or right? Hold on a second. Yeah, the cross section's coming out. Do I go left or right? I don't know. It's kind of loading right now. I don't think we have any signal. So,
Great. Thanks, man.
Yeah, cheers.
To put things in perspective, we're what we think is about a 15 to 20 minute drive from the place. Where we are right now, there are no street lamps. There are no lights. It is country roads.
Yeah.
So we've gone from full future tech to back to the Stone Ages, okay? Because we have a group of 5 people in this car where we know we're 15 minutes away from this really banging farm party that everyone in like the town is going to, but we don't know how to get there.
Jeez.
And so we kind of just choose right. And we drive for about.
You're playing a visual novel. Dude.
We are playing a visual novel. We basically just we basically drive around. We waste an hour and a half driving around every little country road we can find until we find a road that resembles the road name of the address that we know. Takes us an hour and a half to find. We have no idea where we are.
Yeah.
We probably Thinking back, we probably should have gotten lost and not known how to get back because we were fucking stupid teenagers. But yeah, that was simultaneously the moment I figured out the potential of smartphones and the limitations of technology when you don't have the right infrastructure.
You just reminded me of like this memory I had of in my mom's car when I was growing up. In the back of the driver's seat, you know how there's usually like a pocket for like putting like, you know, stuff in it. I don't think cars today normally have this.
Yeah.
But in this pocket, I remember when I was like really little, there was this book of the entire map of the Sydney area.
Right.
And it was just this giant, like, fucking encyclopedia-ass looking book, like that thick. And it's like, you'd have to, like, flick through being like, all right, address, fucking suburb. And then you'd have to, like, be, like, fucking looking at it like this, like, under the car light, just being like, all right, turn left here, I think. Like, just like, and then now it's just like, yeah, it's just all on your phone now.
It's so much better. I am completely content with giving Google and letting it be my overlord and having all my data for the convenience that it gives me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure, just take all my information, dude. I'm not going back to that. I mean, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I forget so much, and I realize how much I do forget because I turned this on, and I know people are like, why would you do this? You know the thing where it can like keep track of where you've been?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, why I don't want it fucking storing where you've been and invading your privacy. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. But like, I already fucking live so fucking publicly anyway. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I forget so much. And that thing telling me where I've been is super helpful for me figuring out where I was and what I did on certain days. Cause I'm like, someone's like, man, when was the last time we hung out? I'm like, I don't know. And I went, dude, we went here, we went here, we went here. I remember this night now. Like, I can't remember it. Like, I can't remember anything before. And then when I remember where I've been, it like all unlocks the memories for me. And it's so weird because I feel like, man, is my brain just holding on to a bunch of fucking useless memories I can't access?
Oh, definitely.
Unless something like triggers it open.
It definitely
Absolutely.
is. That's just unfortunately how memory works. It's way better. It's way better to have like, if something is there to jerk your memory of something, then it's way better. It's way more efficient than just trying to grasp it from.
Yeah, like you.
Chat, guys, I want to watch one. I want to watch this.
Discussed on
I want to
stream
say
quite
about
a
that.
bit, but I feel like it warrants its own video in order to dive deeper into the meat of the subject. And
Yes, it's
that's
important, it's
police
important.
chases. I'm sure most of you have realized police chases have been exploding online in terms of frequency and general popularity. It's kind of grown into a very popular sport to watch. I imagine it's primed to overthrow baseball as America's pastime within the next year or so if it keeps up at this breakneck pace it's going at. And even as I'm recording this video right now, there is a live police chase happening with 109,000 viewers with people in the chat going fucking hog wild like they're watching the Super Bowl. Now, I hope you don't mind if I do a little quick Dora the Explorer moment here, take a page out of her playbook. Can you guess where this police chase is happening?
LA?
That's right, LA. While police chases aren't exclusive to LA, they have found their home there. There are more police chases in LA than there are in GTA 5. This fucking place...
As much as they happen more frequently, and on top of that, as much as they're happening, being watched more, I think they're broadcasting them more because people actually watch them. I think that there's a lot of chases. If they're not like, if nothing's, they literally just don't. They would not broadcast them or show them. Literally, they started showing them more, even though they would have it. So maybe the frequency looks skewed, but also the broadcasting is also skewed.
Reads police chases. It has become like the #1 hobby people engage in there. I don't know if I've just been oblivious to how common this shit is, or if it's only been growing in popularity over the last few years, but I decided to look up some stats. And according to the most recent numbers I can find, in 2020, there are 2,200 police chases in LA alone for that year, which averages out to about 6 police chases per day. Now, I don't know if they were all streamed back then, but they are now. And thank heavens for that. I imagine whoever pitched that idea right now is being hoisted up on the shoulders of all of these news channel execs right now and just celebrated. Because this has become a huge source for viewership for them. The videos do extremely well in views, and the streams have massive viewership as well. So it's definitely generating big like revenue for these channels, I would guess. And it's also become a source of unforgettable goofiness in a lot of cases.
A northbound turn onto Cortland Avenue. Another suspect jumping out. running for it. They're going to take him into custody in short order here.
You got me.
Is continuing once
Ah,
again.
shit.
Now 3 people have jumped out of this vehicle, and the driver continuing the pursuit.
Yeah, your eyes don't deceive you. This is a real human being, a living, breathing, sentient organism that actually tried the NPC strat, where he gets out of the car and pretends to just be a pedestrian. He actually went for some kind of Assassin's Creed tactic here to blend into the crowd, but there was no crowd and the police were right behind them, so they literally saw him leave the car. But god damn it, it was worth giving it a whirl. And we got to witness it live. This was a police chase from last night. Not only is it clearly entertaining for moments like this, but I legitimately do think it's actually valuable in terms of education. To teach people to never end up in situations like this. Watching the madness unfold live, I actually do think would have some people...
You know what though? This is the only thing about this video that I will go against. I think that's wrong actually. I think out of maybe, we've watched maybe 10 here on stream, 2 of them got away. I think that's a massive amount. You would think with the chopper shit like that, they would always get caught. They don't. They actually get away decently often.
Second guessing bad decisions. But to dive a bit deeper, the footage we just watched comes from ABC7, who's kind of cemented themselves as the big boys on the block when it comes to police chase coverage. They're like the NFL red zone of police chases. They're always among the first on the scene, and the guy you heard doing the play-by-play commentary is like the John Madden here of casting police chases. His name's Chris. Dude's a fucking legend. He gets super hyped.
Yes, we know his name is Chris. We call him Andy here.
During these things as well, and just lets out actual giddy excitement
Chris.
sometimes
it's Andy,
when broadcasting it. So it's a fantastic combo. They're a great team. I'm convinced Chris even lives in the helicopter that they broadcast from because he is always ready at the drop of a hat to follow a police chase around. But what I actually want to talk about isn't just, you know, police chases and how entertaining they are to watch sometimes. It's actually to talk about something very different. Since I've watched quite a few police chases and have enjoyed the ones I've seen, people are under the impression that I like to watch them live as they're unfolding. You know, I want to be on the front lines and catch all of the action as it's happening. So I'll have a lot of people come into my Twitch streams and start alerting me to the fact that another chase is going on, trying to get me to watch it. Kind of like a fucking Amber Alert sounding like letting me know, Charles, police chase. Stop everything and watch it.
I love that.
But here's the reality of it. I don't like watching police chases live. And the reason for that is very simple. Because the police chases I like to watch are the ones that don't end in tragedy with like someone dying or some shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I watch the ones that have very silly endings or the whole thing is very goofy and no one ends up getting like seriously injured or anything like that. I don't like the ones that end with someone dying or other people getting hurt. So I don't like watching those, and when you're watching a police chase live, anything can happen. For example, earlier this week there was a very popular police chase that people were watching, and towards the end of it, the suspect that was being pursued opened the driver's side door while they were still speeding and being chased. They jumped out of the vehicle and hit their head on the pavement, which killed him. So he hit his head on the pavement and then continued to ragdoll across the concrete, the asphalt.
I'm not just like I have a moral high ground, okay? Okay, I wish we understood that whatever that happened, okay? I full screened, we didn't see it, I didn't comment, and we moved on. I swapped another video, and we did something else entirely different, okay? That's it. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it. Just so people know, okay, that this is not something that I had to be told. I genuinely felt like that was the thing to do. That's all.
And he died from the injuries. That is not a police chase that I would have enjoyed watching. So that's just always the risk associated with watching something like that live, which is why I don't do that. I wait until it's concluded and know for sure that all parties involved are okay. I don't like to take that kind of risk. Now, a lot of people have said, well, why don't you just, you know, go back 2 or 3 minutes into the stream so that way you're on a delay. So if something like that does happen, you can just exit. It doesn't really make it any better, because then I'd still know that the person there dies from whatever happens towards the end, and that whole chase was leading up to a tragedy. That wouldn't feel good. There's nothing entertaining there. That shit just sucks at that point. So I just always like to make sure that any chase I watch is one that has resolved.
Guys, I watch at a 10-second delay, okay? It's different. It's different than a minute. 3 minutes, you know what's gonna happen, and you still watch it because you cannot. Then it's weird. You're watching things that are. What?
In a fashion where nobody's seriously injured or anything like that. And I wanted to explain that because this happens every single day now since police chases are so common in LA, since I guess that place out there has turned into fucking Twisted Metal. I guess every single day you're on the road, you're taking the risk of getting fucking blasted by someone that's engaged in a high-speed police pursuit.
About it. That would be these.
Hey guys, Dewey here. I'm a 3230 experienced multi talent portion of the video. We're going to be covering the Storm Earth Fire build. So Just right away on the monk hand side of the tree, we have Soothing Mist. So you're going to be taking spell harm crit healing. Great Wall, and can be used to do better on dragon damage again kind of thing. And yeah, we're going to take Rising Sun Kick, and here is when I would use my Zuen.
Mario Brothers. So, the new Mario Bros. Movie is out. It's a very fun film. I did enjoy it. But, in 1993, there was a terrible live-action Super Mario Brothers movie starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo as the titular Mario and Luigi. Sorry, as Mario and Luigi Mario.
Name? Mario. Last name? Mario. Okay, what's your name? Luigi. Luigi?
No, Luigi Mario. This is the real Super Mario Brothers movie, people! I think now it's a bit of a cult classic. I actually did enjoy it when I was younger. I had it on VHS. But it is very, very strange if you have seen it. But these toys are awful, and we will go into why as we compare them one-to-one with the new toy lines that have come out around the new film. Alright, so first up, we got Mario with the action plunger, lunger, and tool belt, baby. Here is the main man himself. You probably think he says such things as, wahoo! And, let's go! But little known fact, his favorite saying is actually, nobody touches my tools. Oh, that is classic Mario. I guess you can cut this whole Manhattan Times news clipping, put that on your wall or
Yo,
whatever.
What is up, everybody? Welcome. Yo, what's up, everybody? Well, and we just decide later if we don't like it. Nah, I don't like this. It's already over. Maybe last year. Maybe a little shorter. Just a little shorter. Yeah, I like that. Next.
Don't never buy no gas station from the gas station, bro. If the new your contacts, don't never go to the weed, bro. I went up there at 11 o'clock last night.
I like how I have the option to ban user now.
I have a Neanderthal in the chat. We have an ice dweller in the chat. Let me get rid of this ice dweller.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have an ice dweller in the chat. Let me get rid of this ice dweller.
Just cut the last. We have an ice dweller in the chat only. You know what I'm saying?
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care. I don't.
Maybe this would be good in like Subalert contest number 2. But we're on 17 now. You know, we're a whole. Yeah. Okay, the ending was funny. Maybe if it was just this short. You know what I think too? Like, it's okay for us, right? It's like, haha. But just imagine like a new person that joins and they just see that randomly. Like, I wonder what they would think. What the fuck is this? I don't. And also, reoccurring winner is always falling children for some reason. I've just noticed that. I can't blame him because by the time we put the contest, it was still good, right? So like, you know, can't hate him for this, but it kind of passed. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Look at my eyes, and the ladies look at my eyes. They love it.
He's just trolling.
Beautiful day.
He's trolling. He's just trolling, right?
I was went inside the movement original, stolen up movement original. Right. I was went inside the mixer, big job original, done original.
He's just Greek. Like, honestly, he's just fucking Greek. Like, what to say?
Right. I was went inside the mixer, big job original, done original, Don Gargon, DJ Khaled inside the building.
Just that part right there. Just that little part right there. Sly RL. Every time. Looks like Poke, lol. Help me. Help me. I don't know how to move as a crab. I'll put it in my favorites. I don't just...
Why would you do this?
You guys understand? I can't just accept something because it's been a while. I gotta think about the integrity of the channel.
张牙舞爪，健身操，祝您健康，步步高，噜噜哒。
Is this Patrick Stewart? No? Okay. Make it ultra rare. Fuck it. I don't know. We're desperate at this point.
That was one good fucking game. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! I fucking hate you. You're a bitch.
Okay, omega rare, because if that happens more than once in one day, we're gonna be so mad. Oh, fuck you! Oh, fuck you, you fucker! That is insane! That is insane! I did not like that at all.
Yeah, listen, guys. We're not winning this.
Make it a rare or something. Yeah, make that a rare.
Shall we? Cheers, my friends.
We need one. And if the next one is better than this one, then I'm gonna remove this one probably.
I appreciate that.
It was actually nice though. It was funny. Yeah, for a sub it does work too. Let's try it.
No! I almost hit him with a... But then he hit me with the...
When did he do this? Oh, that's a favorite.
When you have a bad day, give up. Go home and sleep. Fuck it.
Yeah, just give up. How about just give up or something? Nice and short. If you don't like it, we'll remove it. I like it. Remember, I need more alerts that aren't like loud music and shit. Like this one from Glonk.
What you know about gaming? You game all day and game
Holy
all night.
fuck.
Your parents are telling you get up the game. Go outside. Go
Guys, we have too many Germa alerts. I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. This guy's not sure, I'm kidding. One guy typed Germa and made me laugh.
You game all day and game.
Holy fucking strain. And Germa, someone says strain and Germa. Guys, you guys are fucked up. We have to go next. I'm sorry. That never happened. Okay, just delete that VOD. Wild, oh, from Weston.
Look at my nigga with that there. If we broke it off, then you know it wasn't painless. If she got a watch, then you know it's not a stainless. If we broke it off, then you know. This if we broke it off, then you know it wasn't.
Just a short in that. That's good. I like that. That's good. That's good.
I was broke, pocket full of lit. Now I'm on the
Guys, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I like it. Emotional. What the fuck is this? Holy fuck.
If you leave a hateful comment again and again, you will be blocked, deleted, also backtraced.
True. There is presently, or at least appears to be, a lack of moderation in this chat room. I don't know, just figure it out. The timings, that was good. Bro, I lost my job and only goal on Twitch is to get partners. Sorry the inconvenience. I hope you read my message. Thanks in advance. Never seen anyone go through my sub alert contest and say something like this. What the hell? Yo, shout out. Sorry for laughing, but that's a... It was like 2 months ago. I hope you're okay, man. Activate the blinkers. I mean, should we just enable the blinkers with this one? In reality, though, it's a nice little sound. It could be a sub sound. It could be... But would you get pissed if you subbed and you saw this? It's old already. Yeah, but it does farm. It was like a month ago, probably.
I got another sub. Sub. You know what I'm saying?
Classic. Dr. Dingle Sniffer. What the fuck? I can't, guys. You could have put anything before that, though. Like, anything else. Anything else. What was that intro video? The intro video was better than it... Bro, like, what was that video from 1930? What was that so... My legs moved. My legs jumped. Court equals win. What was the audio? If it was different audio, but I like it. There could be a better picture video though. The song is not the craziest though. I don't really like it as a normal. What I'm trying to say. Rare, I guess. There's so much cat lore. There's like all this cat lore to everything, right? Like, who is this cat? I bet people know the name and shit. What a small part. Okay, old? Oh, okay. Right, yeah.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man.
Alright.
Man, let it go.
Yeah, make it shorter or whatever.
Go fuck yourself, man. You know how to fuck yourself? Go fuck yourself, fucking bitch.
Maybe just this part.
You know how to fuck yourself?
You know how to fuck yourself? I don't know. Sure.
I got 5 things to tell y'all real quick.
It's so loud. A rare, make it a rare. Everything's a rare. Everything's a rare only. Rare tournament. What the fuck? It's Sogan. It needs like a sound. I hated that. Nah, I guess people, I hate these. I don't like these. Vin King. What the?
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your contribution.
Can I change this? Yo, this guy's way better at this game. What is this? What are my videos? TikTok, autism, sensory background, gay 5, type. Welcome here. If I get one more cat alert, I swear to God. I almost watched this whole thing. What the fuck is this? E-Rob Core.
Oh, gorge. If looks could kill, baby, I'm the fashion beam. Around Disney, castling on speed. Gorge. I got Mickey stuck on his eyes off the bud. I'm with Donald Duck. If you try us, then it's up. We don't get no. Me and Sora count them bucks. Gorge. Oh, gorge.
Right here.
If looks could kill, baby, I'm the fashion beam.
Maybe just a little bit, like 3 seconds.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Just like that part right there. Hova win. What the fuck? Hold on. Nah, it's gonna be hard as an alert. It's gonna be tough as an alert. Yeah? Figure it out. Dude, why is it always Mitch's songs? Like, I don't have a problem, but it's always what in the algorithm's making it happen every day right now for the sub-alert contest? You know? Put like a 3 seconds, figure out a good time. If we don't like it, we'll remove it. Why does it look like,
My life is already over.
Das Licht segne euch.
I actually like it though. Figure it out.
Scientists found this weird, uncoordinated frog.
Oh my god, man. The first pipe or something. Cut off right there. Raccoon Sama. We'll have it one time, then remove it. Josh.
Minor in charge. Minor in charge.
Just there.
It's so beautiful, but damn, look at my fucking forehead. Fuck. That motherfucker on swole mode. Gotta go.
Dutch 333. I'm the alert. Cute though. That's cute. I like it. I like it. Nah. President Lua.
But what the hell, boy?
What was that picture?
But what the hell, boy?
What is this picture?
But what the hell, boy?
I don't know. Sure. What the fuck going on with Kratos? The crane. It's not me. This reminds me. What's Saikuna doing?
And me.
Now he's looking like an NPC again.
It's a SpongeBob cup.
Teddy.
Austin and ADD mixed together. I'm not kidding.
I just realized the song. I just understood the song now.
I'm not upset with y'all because I know you're mentally ill, which is why one day I'm going to open up a hospital.
Soggy peanut butt. Why is that funny to me? It's actually funny. Easy. Why do I point at the wall? It's a projector. Wait a second. Fuck. It's over there. Not there. I've been doing that forever, right? I've been doing that forever. Just pointing it. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm literally stalling as much as I can because.
Oh shit, they're smoking weed.
Rotate B, rotate B.
Wait. Go ahead. They're pushing A. They're pushing A.
Oh, wait, no, they're here at B. Come on, rotate back.
How did people come up with this shit? Desi.
Period. 5 sec.
What do you think? Mid alert? Moxay. This guy snipes me in Roblox.
Oh, yeah? That's interesting.
Just the end? Just this.
That's interesting.
If it was a rare and he says that's interesting and then he farted, it could be good because it's a rare. So that probably happens like once a stream. It could have timing potential. Acidic milk.
I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a...
This is so loud, I can just mute audio and you guys can hear it from my headset, right? I don't even need to go mute, you just probably can hear it from my headset.
You're such a whiny little bitch. Stop doing that. There was a period of my life where it seemed like I needed a lot of compassion and pity.
I don't know why the video played too, but that was funnier. That's a vibe. Dude, that room is such a vibe. Like, this is such a sick vibe. You guys ever have this before, chat? You guys ever have this? Not the floor, but like, just the boys on the PC. Like, this is like me and my two friends I went to high school with, man. I was like, I just remember all I see, like, Luca and Mike, my two homies.
Your favorite thing on porn?
Gay porn. Definitely.
Two guys?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you catcalling girls today?
Why would I do that?
I like that. I like the why would I do that? The why would I do that is like the best way to insert himself in the video and just like, yo, here to beat though. Why would I do that? No, I like that. I don't know, why would I do that? But for the alert though, no. Yeah, good one, alert. Even alerting you.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened.
Dude, this would be like 5 years ago. Like, this would be like this is like first generation alert. Renbre. Must do this in HD. I didn't see it. He did the finger down thing. Right here. Right here. Put a finger Dr. Snowy Days.
Man, all this mud reminds me of...
Shit, Coach!
Oh, shit.
What the hell's Theo Vaughn doing in fucking Left 4 Dead 2? Wait, that's who Theo Vaughn remember. Dude, what the fuck? He sounds like Theo Vaughn too.
Man, all this mud reminds me of...
Shit, Coach!
Oh, shit.
For an alert though.
Shit, Coach!
Okay, fuck it.
Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream.
Oh, man. Oh. Do you think this next alert is good?
Can I do the alerts with you?
Wanna?
Sure. Why is he always wearing a white shirt?
It's his brand, like Peter Griffin. You ever see Peter Griffin with a black shirt?
I guess you're right.
We've seen this every year.
Yeah, but it's cute though.
What's your name, sir? My name is Deez. Deez what, sir?
Classic.
No ending.
No ending.
like every video is just titled "Black Guy, Black Kid, Black." Like, do you guys see this? Black guy on the phone arguing with somebody. Black kid dancing. Like, why is the title?
Oh God.
Why?
Let it out. Let it out.
That's scary.
That's scary.
It's like a Doom mod. There's a Doom mob.
That gives me PTSD or something. Why is this here?
Wait.
Oh.
Okay, I'm down to have the alert, but not the girl. Solid Sneeko.
If you're gonna play like that, you better have shockwaves to finish the job. Because if that guy had shockwaves after he railed me like that from behind. After he shot on my back. After he came from behind. If you're gonna play like that, you better have shockwaves to finish the job. Because if that guy had shockwaves after he railed me like that from behind.
I feel like I like it without the edit. I don't know, maybe not.
Wait, that one's good. That one's good.
That was actually good. That was actually good. P-Champs. How did I know there was two guys kissing?
I don't know. Why did you know that? You tell me.
Because
Happy
what did he say?
Happy
Happy Easter.
Just that part. What is his nose talking?
Oh my God.
That is weird. Was that Weston? It looked like Weston for a second.
It did.
This wasn't worth it. This wasn't worth it.
Redacted guy.
Oh, that's cute. I mean, I feel like it's too long.
I didn't even laugh.
It's cute.
What the fuck?
What
was
the
he
fuck
doing?
was that?
What was he doing there though?
What? What?
That was funny actually. Like
the ones that you have to read though?
yeah, exactly.
Like you have to read that one.
Yeah, I know. I do like this, even for an alert though.
Yeah.
Spell red.
Red? L-S-T-E-R.
All right. Is that your final answer?
My final answer.
All right.
Why do you do that?
I think that's close.
Why do you do that? He transforming?
I don't know. Bread biceps.
Oh my God, that scared me.
You know how loud that was for me? I just fucking died. A little loud, rare. His name's Bread Biceps. Let's just see what he's typed in chat. We might have to get cross-banned. Femboy companion. If any girls read this, mind your own business. He's modded.
It's you.
Look when he does stuff though. Like when they rub themselves. Pause. Look. Oh, so cute.
That's you.
Look.
Oh.
Look, it's scratching it. Oh! Oh my god, it's so cute. Oh. This butthole!
What?
Look at his butt! His butt's funny as hell. Dude, frogs are so cute. I like the video.
That is a distinguished monkey.
You think he's actually dancing, or the owner is just like putting like its food in front of him because he's like starving and he's really hungry and he hasn't had food forever, and it's just trying to get the perfect video.
No, they dance. They do that, Georgie. They do the little dance.
Nah, I know. I actually had one before. Michaela really changed, so I'm not gonna lie. Oh, wait, chat was saying it? I thought that was a good one. Well, okay, okay. Holy shit.
He went inside.
But for alert now.
I feel like that's good. You have things falling.
And then the sound is gonna be like.
Yeah, I know.
You know, maybe it's a rare, but we've had like
No, you've
50,
had all
100
of them
rares.
were rares.
Everything was a rare this contest. We'll try it.
Bro, food is so fucking expensive. I was at Costco the other day.
Wait, this is our song. Low quality equals win, man. I swear to God.
Oh, this is a tragedy. This is a tragedy of the maximum scale.
Aww. Georgie.
Oh, this is a tragedy.
Who is this?
This is a tragedy of the maximum scale.
Aww. On the maximum scale.
League streamer.
This is a good one.
This is a tragedy of the.
I like it. There's only 10 more. Hydro5403.
Oh,
my
no!
God.
What the hell? No, Georgie.
What? It wasn't even.
Georgie, what? It wasn't even that. It was just Jesse.
Okay, let's replace the other one. If Chai sees this, the one that says, "Who's down for the D?" Let's replace it with this one now.
This is how bacon is supposed to be. The fries, they blend so perfectly. The cheese will be here. There's no one.
Guys, Gigi's standing up right now. Jump.
2 out of 10, bro. 2 out of 10,
You
bro.
have to add him.
Yeah,
you have to
we need
do it.
one.
Yeah, you need to do it.
I can't believe no one's done another one though. Trollolo man. Have you ever seen this? This is a. This was like one of the this is an OGS meme.
Yeah.
Trollololo, trollololo. This is the troll song. But did put the song with the troll face. Like you got trolled. Omega lol. 50 winners total.
Out of 415.
That's not good.
Chat, you guys really stinked this time.
Naden.
I got another sub. Sub. You see what I'm saying?
I like the sub though. We've been needing a sub.
I'm surprised you don't have one yet.
Yeah, we've been needing a sub. By the way, chat, all the winners are going to be alerts. If you didn't know, if you're a winner, you're an alert now. W.
But this is for.
But this is the competition mode now.
This is the money. The
This
money.
is where the
winners.
money is.
Oh, this is a tragedy.
Tragedy.
This is a tragedy of.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Oh my god, I love that one, Georgie.
Man, all this mud reminds me of.
Shit, coach!
Oh shit.
Sexo clears.
Yeah.
Das lädt immer noch auf.
What the fuck?
I believe this one's better.
Oh my god! What is
Dude, is that gonna make me lose viewers though?
I'm not upset with y'all because I know you're mentally ill, which is why one day I'm gonna open up a hospital.
Let it go.
Stop stalling, nigga!
These both kind of suck. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, they really kind
I'm
of
just
do.
not gonna pick a winner. This is probably gonna help so many people remember
Remember their laundry?
Thank you.
But what the hell, boy?
Das ist zu weit entfernt.
Why did we pick that? Yo, what the fuck?
How does anyone find that funny?
That'd be good. That'd be good timing. I like this one. I actually like this alert, but both of them like use this 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Just cut it in half and use it twice. But I do like the cat one. Did you see this one?
Yeah, I saw.
That's so stupid.
That's interesting.
I do like the explosion though. I don't even know. I like the original one, to be honest. I like our original. That's all. Fuck, these alerts are ass. This one's.
That was so good, Georgie.
Scientists found this
Gee, look at this.
What the fuck is that? What the hell? That one's good. That one wins. Ah! That's all. That's a winner.
I don't know why it got me. I think it has like sounds from the farting on my neighbor's door just in there.
He's actually laughing at that one, Jet.
The 2 out of 10 is gonna be good though.
Yeah, for sure.
2 out of 10, bro.
Like that.
Like, that's gonna have such good timing.
Alert was 2 out of 10.
Like I can hear that all day. It's like nice and short. This is gonna be fucking.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak.
Why did you ask this one, Georgie?
I don't know.
Georgie, why? Oh my god.
Does anything happen?
Yeah, listen, guys. We're not winning
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Sexo.
This one's the Sexo Farmer though. It's gonna be so good.
Let's just say.
Shall we? Cheers, my friends.
The shall we is nice because we needed a shall we for so long.
Shall we? Cheers, my friends.
But this one could be good though. But there's no sound. That's kind of annoying. Okay, the shall we or the talking face? Fuck. Shall we? Oh my god.
I'm not upset with y'all because I know you're mentally ill, which is why one day I'm gonna open up a
100%.
Look at my nigga with that is. If we broke it all, then you know it wasn't painless. If you gotta watch, then you know it's.
Why do we have so many of Summit laughing? The other one's funnier.
I mean, seriously, how does anyone?
Just the one part there. I like this one, yeah.
That was one good.
Jesse versus Jesse.
That was one good fucking game.
Fuck you! I fucking hate you.
That's a rare. That was way better.
I appreciate that.
You wearing?
What the hell?
We have an ice dweller in the chat. Let me get rid of this ice dweller.
He looks so sad after. I don't know why.
Not this fucking shit again.
It's not that funny. It's not funny. Now, Gigi, which one do you think is better here?
Don't ask me that because I don't think the lion one is funny.
Dieser Zauber ist noch nicht bereit.
Why do we do that?
What the hell is that?
Remove that.
When you have a bad day, give up.
Happy Easter, all of you. All of you. Finnegan and Sonny. We back up.
If it started right there, that could be funny too. Alright. We're on the next round, motherfuckers.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Shall we? Cheers, my friends.
I think Shall We wins. I mean, this one wins for sure. I mean, yep.
I'm not upset with y'all because I know you're mentally ill, which is why one day I'm gonna open up a hospital.
I like the despair, I'm not gonna lie.
Cause day and night. If we broke it all, then you know it wasn't painless.
Oh, Cat wins. Wait, same guy fighting each other. That's crazy. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to. The more I watch it, it's getting less funny, and this one is still getting funny every time, so I'm gonna say this one. Oh, wow. Next round already.
Hello.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Gigi, these are the final rounds. I need your help here. Order finals, Gigi.
Look at my nigga with that is. If we broke it all, then you know it wasn't painless.
I like the second
Gotta
one.
watch, then you know it's not stainless.
They're both good. It's definitely the, gotta be the Family Guy one. 100%. Am I biased? I think this one's better. No, it would be so good for stream, dude. Alright, here we go. No Gap versus Weston. GG.
Metro Boomin,
I
make
need
it.
you to sit up for this one. This is GG. You're gonna get fired from the. You're gonna get fired.
I'm here.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Look at my nigga with that damn. If we broke it all, then you know it wasn't.
I kind of like this one though.
I like it too.
But the Sexo is a farmer though.
The Sexo is a farmer though.
Sexo wins, chat. It is what
Let me
it
see
is.
some spam, chat. Let me see some spam.
That's
That
not,
guy literally
that's,
just
he
lagged
literally-
the fuck out of us. Now I'm looking for the Omegalos because that's pretty funny. I have more than. What am I
It's
supposed
Sexo, Georgie. Sexo
You
is
think so?
winning. Yes.
Metro Boomin, make it boom. Damn. 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 No Gap moves to the semifinals. It looks like No Gap has moved to the semifinals. Okay. Oh.
Oh, this is hard. Why does he look so sad?
Tell me why Peter Griffin's winning every fucking Subway contest. He always wins.
True.
The fucking only the strongest will survive.
But that one is good though.
It is so good.
Well, this one is good too though. Chat, 1 for first one, 2 for Summit. 1 for Peter, 2 for Summit.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, Summit winning.
Damn. Pope doesn't like it. No, I love them both. I love them both. But I do think the summer one will be better on stream over time. I'm telling you. All right, we're at the finals here, guys. This the finals.
This
The
is
finals.
the money winners, chat. The money winners.
All right, here we go.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
This is hard. Ha 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 ha!
No biasy. There's no biasy here. You can't sway it. Man, Metro Boomin, make it boom. Guys, come on. Vote Metro Boomin now. Let's see how much I can sway it. Guys,
Oh,
vote Metro Boomin. Come on, guys. Everyone vote for G. No, vote the Sexo. Vote Sexos now, everybody.
Summit won.
Oh.
Your chat.
Yeah, guys, I feel it too.
Your chat simps over you.
It's definitely this one though, right, chat? Guys, let's talk about the winners. Summit won, guys. Summit won.
Yay!
Zeddy, we're taking Summit over the guy who won. Zeddy S. Zeddy S. Okay, so no gap is second, and for third, now I gotta pick third. Weston, I love you, but the Peter's gonna be third. Has to put. I gotta put the Peter.
So it's the first one is Summit, second one is Sexo, third one is Peter.
Yeah, I gotta put the Peter over to Weston. Weston fourth. I understand. Yeah. I'm sorry. You're fired. I feel like I always make that joke when I talk to Weston.
You always throw that out there.
Sorry, you're never fired. Okay. Well, we did it, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom and poop real quick. Quack.
You've ever had like moments where you've like smelt something and it like triggers a memory
never
from
had
way back
this.
when? I have that every time I smell a campfire. Like every time when you smell like the smoke of a fire,
Yeah.
it just reminds me of like this one camping trip I went on when I was like 7 years old with
No,
my
I don't get
dad,
that.
and like
Man, I
I
wish
can
I-
perfectly vision everything at that moment.
Yeah.
But until I smelled that smoke, it was just completely forgotten in my head.
Huh.
And I'm like, why is that? That's so weird. And it's only with specific smells as well. I don't know why.
Well, it's not just that; it's a state of mind as well.
Yeah.
I mean, have I talked about this? But like, if you do something when you're drunk, and then you forget about it, like if you're in that same state of mind, you're more likely to be able to remember that thing you've forgotten. Because it happens all of the fucking time with Sydney. I'm gonna tell you this right now. There are a lot of times where Sydney misplaces a certain item. We like turn the entire place upside down looking for this item that she's lost, and every fucking time, next time she's drunk, she's like, I remember where I put it. And I'm just like,
get drunk again quickly.
Yeah, right. See, I got this bottle of vodka. Okay, we're gonna find this thing right now. We're gonna find the house keys.
Man, I feel like I forget things so much more now than I did like 5 years ago. I don't know if that's a bad omen.
I think
or
it's
what.
just because you're doing more stuff, right?
I think I'm doing a lot more stuff. I got a lot more on my plate, but like I'm so forgetful. I place things down. Like I have these like running headphones. I lose them all the fucking time because they're like,
my life.
Yeah, right. Like, and then everyone's like, "It's a sign of ADHD." I'm like, no. Everyone wants to diagnose me with ADHD every goddamn week.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have a hard time focusing. I just forget things. Yeah, and it's like, I'm like, man, I swear I wasn't like this before. Why am I forgetting things now? And it's like a battle. You're like, am I getting old? Am I becoming 80 years old? Am I starting young?
I totally get that.
I think it's a mixture of things because we touched on this before, but I do feel the general attention span of the entire human race is just getting smaller and smaller because of the internet. You mentioned the Netflix thing like a few podcasts ago, and I had this thing recently where I was going through like YouTube Shorts, and if it even buffers for like a millisecond, I'm like, no. Did you ever have you watch a YouTube video and you just like you watch a short and it buffers for just like you see that spinning wheel for a millisecond? And I'm like, no.
I didn't even go to the next short. I just closed the app.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, all right, I'm like, maybe this is the app telling me that's enough of that. Like, maybe I should go do something productive.
Either I just turn off the app or I go to the next video immediately if I see that.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
Holy shit, what is wrong with my brain right now?
Yeah, man. And it's like, it wasn't even like 10, 20 years ago where I'd be like, oh, I have to wait 3 hours for this movie? Yeah, easy. No worries. I'll just go do something else. Yeah, it's no big.
Yeah, I just feel like all this technology and stuff, and I'm just a boomerang right now saying this. It does feel like there's like weird side effects that we don't really understand to a lot of the being on all the time. And I'm like, man, I don't know what it is, but it feels like something's weird.
Yeah.
And we're in this doomsday-esque situation.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm like, I'm sure it'll be right though. Google Maps tells me where I was.
It's like, do you ever get that thing of like, I'm sure this is common with everyone nowadays, but like if you're like,
I hope. Is anyone's dick just doesn't work? It's just common. I'm sure it's common.
Yeah, do you just like take a picture of your dick sometimes? No,
it's like the water droplet on the phone meme. It's like, didn't you hate it when the water drops on your phone, text all your friends that you're gay?
It's like, shit, why not say it? No, but it's like, I'm sure like, whenever anyone goes to take a shit, you're just like, all right, pulling out my phone, checking out some shit while I take a shit. It's a common thing nowadays, but like, have you ever had those moments where you go into the toilet, maybe you're busting for a shit, right? You're prairie dogging, and you're like, all right, I've got no time, I gotta run in right now. And you sit down and you realize you've left your phone in another room, and you're like, well, fuck, what do I do?
I try and enjoy the shit.
That just makes me think.
Yeah, I think.
What did I do before I had like genuinely I'm like thinking back because I had a good 13, 14 years of my life without a mobile phone. I must have done something while I shit, but I can't for the life of me remember what I did.
I think we used to think, I think we used to think about stuff way more than we do now. Because like I think it's really easy to not have to think about stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can always just open up Twitter. You can always be consuming, right? And it's kind of weird because then you have those moments where you are forced to maybe sit there and just think, and you're like, wow, this is a strange sensation that I have to do this. And like, that's concerning that's like a thing, right?
Yeah, like it's gotten to the point now where like recently I can't even shower without a YouTube video playing in the background now. Like I put on like some audio.
Serious?
Yeah, like I
mean, I bath and I was watching a YouTube video, but I'm like, that's
but even if it's a shower, I'm like, I got enough time to like watch a video while I shower. Maybe like a 5 minute
shower's my last sacred place where I can think. That's why it takes so long in the shower, man.
I don't want to think.
That is my last sacred place.
I think honestly my favorite thing about the onsen is that I don't get anything from the outside world.
That's true.
It's like 1 hour where all I do is bathe and think and chill, maybe talk to some friends, but a lot of the times it's just me, the bath, maybe the sauna. And I just think, man. I just think about
What do you
stuff.
think about? life.
That man's
The
dick
future.
across the room. I'm like,
It's like, damn it, it's bigger than mine.
I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, it's almost uncomfortable. I think, and it's concerning. I guess
Comfortable being by yourself.
No, I think
Thinking.
it's strange because like if you're a kid now, maybe you never even have to think about anything. Like,
Yeah.
you can just constantly be consuming or preoccupied.
Yeah.
And what does that do to your brain? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Do you ever talk to your parents and they talked about how they were like when they were younger?
Back in my day.
Back in my day.
How so? How so?
Just talking to my parents and you know, whenever they go out to a party with their mates or whatever, whenever they're teenagers, and they would just tell their parents, "Okay, I'm going hang out with friends, bye," and just
They'd be
there
like,
would
"Okay."
be no way to contact them.
Yeah.
And you would just, as a parent, you would just have to hope your
They
your
weren't dead.
your kids are
Well,
alive.
I mean, I think because like obviously if contacting them is never an option and it's
Yeah.
never been an option,
Yeah.
then it's something that you're like, oh no, this is normal.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and I think that the moment phones get introduced, you're like, oh, now I can check because
Yeah.
that feeling where you'd be worried, you just convince yourself, oh no, this happens all the time.
Yeah.
Right. But now it's like, okay, you can just message.
Yeah.
And now they didn't reply. You're like,
Right.
oh, fuck.
Then you start to freak out.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
I think that we're just really good at adapting to whatever circumstance we're in, and if we don't have a way of contacting, we don't give a fuck. We'll adapt. But if we do,
Yeah.
then we're like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
God, I remember my mom talking about, you know, early in her life, going through some long distance relationships and having to wait months
That is weird.
for a physical letter.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, I cannot even like fathom that.
Yeah, that's weird.
People in the
That's-
1800s are like, first time.
Yeah, that's strange to me. But
Yo,
then
someone just dropped in my DMs, man. Look at this.
But I
Oh,
guess
it's a
it
dick
was
pic.
normal.
All right, sweet.
But it's also like, you know, how maybe you go to the onsen, right? Like you get
Yeah.
naked, and that's a completely normal concept. But in the Western world, it's not a concept anymore. But
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
it was at one point.
Yeah.
But it's like we just get told things that like this is normal. This is
Yeah.
normal behavior.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, okay, cool. And we just adapt,
Yeah.
like straight
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I think humans are just very, you know, we're very good at adapting to
sure.
situations. We're very good at adapting even to uncomfort and.
hell yeah.
Even if a situation is bad, our brain is just, I think, built to just adapt to it. Just because sometimes it takes more effort to try and combat it than to actually just go along with it.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, sometimes when I am on YouTube Shorts and TikTok a lot of times, sometimes I can, like, it's almost like I can feel my brain chemistry changing sometimes. And as soon as I feel that, like, hook, I'm like, no, this is an uncomfortable feeling. I'm going to stop now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to be here for 3 hours.
I think it makes me dumber.
It definitely does. It definitely does.
I think it makes me dumber. Like
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like I lose intelligence every day.
And-
Maybe that's just a me thing.
No, I think so as well because okay.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
That sounds like a you problem,
Yeah.
bro.
I don't know what you guys have been recommended recently. Like I don't know why I've been recommended this shit recently, but I feel like every other YouTube short or TikTok I've been recommended recently is a fucking clip from some podcast or something, and they talk about this random historic fact. And then the evidence.
Did you know that in the Egyptian days they didn't have ADHD?
Yeah.
They used to just spank them into it, and it's like, and then they have that.
They just
music.
executed them.
They
Yeah.
have that,
Yeah.
that one TikTok music. You know
Yeah.
the exact one's like.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh, no, the one where he is.
Oh, yeah. The Stranger Things theme.
Yeah, and it's just like, did you know about this piece of evidence that we uncovered in the Amazon rainforest that no one talks about?
Yeah.
Lost civilization.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And I'm just like, why are these all getting recommended to me some way?
And I'm like, you know
somehow?
what? You got me. Let's say the next one.
I'm like, you know what? That is pretty strange that there are pyramids all over the world and everyone decided to build them in the same shape. Oh no, wait. How many possible shapes can you arrange like stone blocks? There's like you can give like a 5-year-old Legos and he'd probably be able to build the Great Pyramids of Giza by himself, you know.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. There are a lot of TikTok holes and YouTube short holes that you can easily fall into, and I feel like sometimes it makes you feel smarter while you're watching it, and then you stop it and you're like, I think I actually got dumber.
Like, I've watched so many Netflix documentaries we've talked about like a million times on this podcast, and I barely retain any of that information. And I don't know why, Like, why do I not retain any information from stuff I watch?
I think it's because it's not significant to your life at that moment, right? Or probably for the foreseeable future, right? Because if it's like, you know, if it's something that has to do directly with like, you know, your way of living, right?
Yeah.
Say if it's like, oh, I got to learn how to use this new piece of tech or a new software that actually is going to help me in the future, then you're going to retain that information.
Yeah.
But if it's like, oh, I watched this documentary on, you know, Jeffrey Epstein and why he was a horrible fucking person, right? Then it's like, okay, well, that's information that's good to know, but it's not integral to my survival, you know?
Yeah.
I guess so. I don't know.
Like, I sat through the whole fucking Epstein documentary, and the only thing I fucking pertained was that he was a piece of shit. That's
well, I
like,
mean, certainly so.
I saw all the details, and I'm like, do I remember any of the details? Not really.
It is weird. I don't know why we like. I when I see people who are like know everything about a show they love, I'm like, God, I wish I had that. I wish I cared to retain any information about half the shit I watch.
I don't know. I feel like that actually loses. What do you mean? They know everything.
Like
about
when
the
you
show,
hear
right?
about people who are like obsessed with like Star Wars and they can just tell you every little detail about it. I'm like, man.
Yeah, but that's probably their life, right? Like that's
Maybe
what
their thing. Yeah, but I wish I
that's
had
their
that
thing.
passion to give a fuck to remember anything. I've watched so many anime, and I feel like more than half, like 2/3, like I watched all of Chainsaw Man, and I forgot who Aki was. I was like, Maylene was like, oh yeah, like Aki, that character. I was like, who's the fuck? I'm like, who the fuck is Aki?
Okay.
She's like the wolf guy. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess. I just remember Denji and Makima and Power. Like,
I kind of get that because I think this just reflects my real life as well. I'm just awful with names.
I'm so bad.
I'm
with
so
names.
bad at names.
Like
I
names,
have so many people who have meeting up with like 3 or 4 times, and I feel like I'm too deep to ask them for their name again.
Okay.
But I don't know it.
Yeah.
I'm
like
isn't that bad?
No. I'm exactly like 3 is like the magic number, right? And then like after 3, I'm like,
cannot ask for
I'm
their name
like,
again.
this is too much. This is too much. There's so many times I've met a person or I've met someone.
But it's like YouTubers, right? Because they have screen names, and I know their screen name, but I
Mm.
don't know their real name.
Yeah.
I have this. I'm gonna call myself out on this, but every time I meet someone new and maybe like I exchange lines with them, right?
Yeah.
You know how you can like change the names to whatever
I hate
on
when
your
people don't put
contacts,
their
right?
names.
I do this thing where just so I don't forget who they are, I put their name and then in brackets I put in where I met them.
Okay.
as their contact name. So it'd be like if I met a guy called like Jacob in Osaka, right? And it was like the first time I met him, I barely talked to him, but we exchanged lines. In my line, his contact would be Jason, and then in brackets, guy I met in Osaka.
That seems so inefficient.
No, because it helps me to remember.
This is like Memento. Like you're chasing the plot to find out.
No, but then because I've had so many moments where if it was just the name, and you know maybe we don't message for a while, right? And then I suddenly get a message from Jason like a couple of months later, and I'll be like, who the fuck's this guy again?
God, I play this game every time I have a family reunion. I played this game at my recent wedding in Thailand. When hopefully none of my family's watching this right now, but I'd be talking to one of my aunts or one of my cousins or something. Haven't met them in a while, and I'd be like, it's even harder because they have Thai names as well.
Right.
So my brain is trained obviously to English names, to Western names because that's the environment I grew up in. So I know that I only have a certain amount of cousins, and I've met all of my cousins, and I remember all of the name of my cousins. But sometimes I'm like, are you this name?
When you mix it up,
or are you that name? And I'm like,
mixing up is so bad.
And like I love I love all of my family, and we have a great time every time we meet them. But this time especially was like an especially extended period since I've met a lot of my extended family, and some of my cousins I actually used to be really close to, and it's because it's just been so long. I remember being at the wedding, and a few times my cousins like, yeah, do you remember when we did this when we were kids? And I was like, fuck, that was a good memory. And in my mind I was like, shit, what was his name again? Is it this P or is it that P? I was just like,
It's like, do you remember Paul? And it's like, my name's Pete. It's like, oh yes, of course, I knew that.
Yeah, so still gotta like try and figure out what, I know there's a probable life hack to be like, how do you ask for someone's name without knowing you're asking for someone's name? You know?
I think it's impossible.
I think, yeah.
You just have to bite the bullet, and if you think you're gonna get caught out, you just gotta be like, what's your name?
Yeah, especially if it's just the two of you, then it's impossible. But if there's like a third person there, then you can just be like, please say his name.
So
please say his name out loud.
I had like dinner with this guy who's a YouTuber, and he was talking about how he met another YouTuber who doesn't say their name, but he also doesn't say his name publicly. And so he's saying about how he couldn't remember the guy's name that he told him one time, and I was like, that's so funny. Meanwhile, I was thinking, fuck, I can't remember your name. I was like, and I thought in my head, I'm like, I should just ask now. This is the perfect opportunity, and I didn't, and I regretted it so much because I still don't know their name.
To this day,
I still don't, and I've hung out with them 3 times.
It's like,
but I know their YouTube name,
right?
And I'm like. And on everything I have him on, his real name is not on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I gotta figure out how to get there.
At that point, I'm just like, I'm sorry to sound like an asshole, but just
I
tell
mean,
me what your name is again.
Obviously, it would be totally fine if I just say it.
Yeah.
If I just say, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I forgot your name. No one's gonna give a fuck.
No.
But also, it's like, I don't know, in your head for some reason you think it's always gonna be worse than it is. So you just
of course,
you kick it down the road and hope they say it.
It's like,
it's like so bad for me that sometimes I ask for someone's name, and as like they say it, I like, oh, that's cool,
and I'll immediately forget.
And you just you immediately just forget it, and they literally said their name like 5 microseconds ago, and you're like, I've already forgotten it. Shit.
I wish I was as good with names as I was with faces. Like I feel like I'm so good with faces. Like I retain faces really well, but not names.
I think that's very common though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I feel because like I'm so bad with names, but like when I would look at a face of like a photo, like in real life, and I'd be like, I've definitely met you before.
Yeah.
I just forgot what your name was and what you did. But I know we've met somewhere. I recognize that face from somewhere.
Whenever I think I know someone's face at like a fan meetup, like if they've come a few times over however long, I'll always go for it. I'm like, I met you before.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time, they're like, nope. And I'm like, I don't think so either.
No. Then you can use that to be like, oh, okay, because you.
The one time you do remember, they're like, yo.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna break everyone's dreams here. I said, do you? Have we met before?
No, I say, you see, if I've been in situations like that before with fans, and I like how I kind of get myself out of it, be like, oh, because you look like someone I've met before.
Yeah. No, because I feel like I just got on the full limb, dick on table. I'm like, I've met you before.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
no. Well, that's your problem. You don't come in as a question.
Because the payoff is so good like that. Like I feel like because a few times I've been right. I'm not just saying this to everyone. Everyone's gonna start trolling me with it. The few times I did get it right, they would look so genuinely happy that I was like, oh.
Yeah, but like, think about like the rate. That's like, being like, this next Pokemon move gonna be critical hit.
Well,
it's like
well, it was
the
like,
success rate is so low.
I think as time went on, and obviously the audience grew, I got worse at it.
Of course,
For the first few years, I was so good at this.
Oh yeah,
I retained names. Not names. I retained faces so well, and I remember who I had met.
For sure.
But then sometimes people are like, "Do you remember me?" And I was like, no. And they're like, oh, I cosplayed this person. I'm like, well, help me out here. You were cosplaying. How am I supposed to remember you?
Yeah.
Or like the worst is sometimes people come up to you. I think I've said this before on the podcast. I'll be like, do you remember me? I tweeted at you. I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, my Twitter name is this, and I have this anime character as my profile picture. I'm like, how would I put that together? How?
It's like, I've never seen you.
I haven't seen your face. I haven't seen your name. And now you come to me in person with a name and you think I can connect the two? How?
Like, oh, yes, Jason, anime fan 247 with Nagatoro as a profile picture. I knew that.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You look like a Nagatoro kind of guy. It's your fun now.
I remember the best, like one of the best saves I've ever done in my life.
Sure.
Regarding this was... this is also back in university, and I was at a party, and got along really well with this guy, and I was like, yeah, let's hook up, let's hang out again. I'd asked for his name multiple times in this party. This was like 3 or 4 times. And he goes, sure, just this is like college, this is college for me, so everyone still uses Facebook. He was like, sure, just add me on Facebook. Single sweat starts dropping, and I'm like,
no, you just be like, what's the second?
Yeah. I was like, so how do you spell your name again? And he goes, Dave. And I'm like, oh shit, he knows. He definitely knows. And like, I just had this moment where it was just like, no. Your second name.
Smart. Save.
Smart. Oh, fuck it. I still think back to that moment. You know, sometimes you get like a memory, and I think back to that moment all the time.
Like, Dave, are you Dave?
Yeah,
What's his second name?
Second
Dave?
name.
Come on,
Dave. No, I'm not an idiot.
Dave.
No, oh my god, you just remember the worst one I had was like years ago. I did some work for like this Japanese gaming company, right?
Yeah.
And I met like a bunch of their team, right? There's like 3 or 4 of them all together, right? And you know, obviously a lot of like new faces and stuff. And then the head guy I was in contact with was like, okay, you know, we'll keep working together. I'll make a line group with all of us, all of them that you met. And I'm like, okay, sweet, you know, because I wasn't gonna go home and remember these names. I'm just straight up. But it was so bad because it was me and these 4 other Japanese people. 3 of them have the exact same surname.
What is it like? Yamaguchi?
It was like Sato.
Oh, Sato.
And I'm just like, which one was which? Which Sato are you? Because it's just says Sato-san for all of them. And I'm like, you gotta help me out here, bro. Like, at least put your picture or like, you know, what position you're in, like in the company or something. I'm like, which Sato am I supposed to contact? It's fucking horrible. Yeah.
But yeah, going back to what you're saying about how this is such a really weird fucking tangent. But going back to what you're saying about how there are some people who can appreciate something by knowing everything about that particular thing. Do you find that to you, the more you learn about something, the less you appreciate it, or the more you appreciate it?
More I appreciate it.
Really?
Yeah, nearly always. I don't know why. The more I learn about something, the more I get excited about the small details. And I think that's something I'm really happy that I suppose I have. I didn't realize I should be happy for that, but then
because it's
like
really
you don't.
it's really weird because I've talked to some people like you that, you know, the more they learn about certain things, the more
I love it.
Really appreciate.
I love learning.
Yeah, because for me it's like a two-way street, because in one sense it does help me gain a bigger appreciation. Let's say like there's an anime and I learn about the behind the scenes, about how it was made, the animators that did some certain cuts. It makes me appreciate the art form more, and it makes me appreciate the art form deeper. But at the same time, I can never enjoy this anime in the same way ever again.
What?
It's super weird, right?
I kind of get what you're saying.
It's
the magic disappears.
It's like the veil has been uncovered and the magic just disappears.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
What? It's like you'd believe, like, in your head, is it like this anime is in like some kind of realm of magic where it's like, I don't know how it's made. It's awesome.
No, it's like I guess the best way I can describe it is, so there is this very, very famous animator, right? He's called Yutaka Nakamura. And if you've watched any big shonen, you have probably seen some of his work. You don't know you've seen his work, but you've seen some of his works because he has a very distinct animation style, and he animates some of the most hype scenes in all of anime.
Is he the guy that does the block explosions?
Yeah, the block explosions, yeah. So I had no idea. I had no idea about it, about like the old animation scene. And I remember the first time I learned about this, I was like, "Holy shit! This guy's the GOAT. He's the GOAT!" And he looked at all his works. And I'm like, "This guy's freaking amazing." And then I remember I was watching one new anime, probably like My Hero Academia season 2, and I was like super invested in Todoroki versus...
That fight was amazing.
Yeah, Todoroki versus Deku. It was fucking incredible. I was like immersed. And then in like the most hype moment, I saw his like animation style, I saw his cubes, and it went from, holy shit, I'm invested in this fight scene, to, oh look, it's a Yutaka Nakamura cut. I knew that. and it just took me out of that moment, in that just because I knew, just because there was something I recognized and something that I need, like I said, the veil had been uncovered, and I was like, it's that thing I learned about.
I think like a good like comparison is like, you know, if you're watching like a magic show, right? And it's like, you're watching the magic show and you're seeing this magician do this trick, and you're like, holy fuck, like that was incredible. That was a great trick. My mind was blown. And then you learn how the trick was done. Yeah. Right? And it's this two-way of like, you appreciate now how much effort these magicians go to like, you know, do the trick and you know, show the illusion. but then you can never see that trick in the same way again.
Yeah.
I think that's like kind of the comparison with that, if that makes sense.
So would this be like, to further question, would this be like your first viewing of that scene, or is this like the second viewing?
This would be my first viewing. Now that I've recognized the style, I guess.
Right.
It like took me out of the magic because I know, I guess, the person behind this. And so it, instead of being invested in the actual show, it just took me out for a moment just because
like now you're thinking about that animator. And
Yeah,
how he animated the scene, right?
Okay, question then.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way when you see an actor you know in another new role for a TV series or a movie you watch?
No.
Because theoretically it's the same kind of vibe, right? It's like if you see Leonardo DiCaprio in another film, you're like, well, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. I can't invest myself in this.
No, I think it's slightly different. I think it's more akin to because to me an actor is a completely different job, like a completely different role, right? It's not in exactly the same way with the behind the scenes of how it was made, because to me, like the actor is, I guess, he's like a different product in every movie, right? And it's their job to invest me in the character that they're playing, right? And after I learn about what they go through with their roles and everything, for some reason that doesn't ruin it for me.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I know, I think it would be more accurate to say if I know there's a certain director, and I know a director has a certain style, and I really, when I was young, I don't know why I like this director. I don't know why I really like Quentin Tarantino movies, for example. And then I grow older and I realize, oh, it's because of the way he does dialogue, or because like characters are written this way. And as soon as I notice the style or the pattern, and then I see it in his future works, it's kind of like, oh, I know the secret to the trick now. I still think
you can
it's
almost foresee
incredible.
what's about to come.
I still think it's incredible, but there's some magic there
That's
that
so
is
strange
lost.
that you
I
view
think,
it that way.
I think it works with like animation or like like magic or like directors and stuff like that, because like what you're viewing is the art and not the artist. Whereas with an actor, the artist is the art.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's this distinction of like, if you know about the artist who is not at the forefront of whatever you're viewing or experiencing, then it kind of creates two different viewpoints that can distract you from either one, if that makes sense. Whereas if you're looking at an actor, right, because who they are is what you are seeing, it's harder to kind of build that distinction between the two.
Okay.
I think.
Another question.
Yeah.
When you listen to an anime, like you're watching Made in Abyss, and then the soundtrack sounds amazing, but you're like, man, I just picture Kevin just making.
I do.
Does that ruin your enjoyment or change it in any way?
For me, when I watch Made in Abyss Season 2, right, and you hear Kevin's music in it, it's fucking incredible, right?
Yeah.
It sounds amazing. I'm invested in the story, but then the musician side of me is like, oh yeah, I think I know how he made this, and I kind of wanted to, and it distracts me being like, oh, okay, so he wrote the song kind of like this, and now all I'm thinking about is the creation process that Kevin went through to make this particular scene, and now I am distracted from actually watching the episode.
Okay.
Yeah. Not all the time.
Are you the same then? As
I would. I'm just gonna big up my boy for a second. I think Kevin does a really incredible job at trying different and new things in all of his works. So he has. I would say, I don't know if he's still discovering his style, but he's doing a lot of weird shit. So what happens is I watch a scene, I'm like totally invested, and then I like snap out. I'm like, wait a fucking minute. That little shit made this. What the fuck, man? How the fuck did he make this?
That's so weird that I guess you see it that way. Because when I'm watching stuff, I don't even like. I just watch it and I know that it's maybe this person or something.
Yeah.
But I just don't think about it. Like I'm just focused on the show so much that I don't. It's like when you hear, like, I guess a voice actor you recognize, right? Because they're so. It's not even the appearance, right? It's the voice. It's like, oh, like I don't. I more so I kind of like seeing how maybe that person is trying this character, or I like seeing how they do it. It's like ultimately everyone is trying their own take on something.
Right.
And I feel like if you start thinking about it too much about who's doing what, and oh, it's their style. Oh, this is their style. Oh, this is them trying this. I feel like you get so lost in that.
I try not to get distracted, but I think there's
Yeah.
a tiny part in the back
Yeah.
of your head that's like conscious that it's there.
Yeah, I mean, to say, I don't want my mind to work like that. I'm just saying that is just how my mind works.
Yeah.
It's like going back to the Leonardo DiCaprio thing. It's less about Leonardo DiCaprio, but if I kind of, I guess, learned more about acting techniques and, you know, different more
How
of
they
like
built the
how they built the
role,
role or
yeah.
something, then yes, I would be very distracted in what he's doing on screen because he's like, he's doing that acting
I feel like
technique.
you'd just be watching it differently. Like you're
You
not.
are
you're not- I
watching
wouldn't
it.
say you're getting distracted. It's like you're watching it in a different way than I'm watching it.
Yeah,
Like
you are definitely watching it differently, and I do, like I said, appreciate.
Yeah.
I appreciate it in a different way, but it's not the same kind of enjoyment.
Well,
as
it's
just,
like the difference between watching a movie and watching a movie with director's commentary, right? Like it's
Yeah.
still enjoyable, but in a completely different aspect.
No, I don't want to watch director's commentary.
Really?
I fucking do not want to.
Oh, I mean, I used to think that, but then I've seen some like director's commentaries of movies I really enjoy that I've seen multiple times, and it's like because I already know the movie and I already know the subject material.
Yeah.
Watching the director's commentary of that movie, I know back to front, gives me like another layer of enjoyment.
Yeah.
Where it's like, now I know the inner workings of this movie and what they were thinking about with particular scenes. And like, that gives me appreciation now on a completely different level.
I guess the only time I've ever watched director's commentary is through the YouTube Shorts or TikTok that plays like the Breaking Bad ones because they filter out all the other stuff that is boring.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times they're just, you know, they're not saying anything or they're talking about something completely unrelated.
Yeah.
And you're
for
like,
sure.
all right, well, I don't care what Mike, the sound guy, was talking about when the scene happened. Like, you know
Well,
what I
that
mean?
wouldn't be a director's commentary, would it?
Well, no, because they'll be like, no, as in like, they'll be like, because on director's commentaries, they'll always go on tangents.
Yeah.
Like we do.
Yeah.
Where they talk about something or something someone else in the set did that you have no connection to.
Right.
And you're like, bro, what the fuck is this?
Well, that's just a bad director's commentary.
A lot of them suck, though.
Yeah, no, a lot of them do.
Because a lot of the times, it's not the director that wants to do this. Like, well, we have a DVD, we've got to add something in to give it a little something.
Yeah, of course.
Can you just watch the movie and talk over it?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, sure, fine, all right.
Yeah.
Well, if it sells more copies,
Yeah.
you know. So I feel like it's not even. Those are so boring a lot of the time because they just come from a place of necessity, not from a place of actually like passion about talking about it.
Like on like the flip side though, there are some times where finding out the behind the scenes can make me appreciate something that I didn't really appreciate in the first place.
Yeah.
Fucking
Avatar.
seeing
Oh, yeah,
Avatar
I knew you
2
were gonna
behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy.
Holy
it's
shit.
like it's almost like too much. You're like, this seemed like way too much effort for what you got.
Yeah. It's made me appreciate Avatar 2. Even fucking I actually find the behind the scenes of Avatar 2 more interesting than Avatar
I agree.
2.
How they made Avatar is way more interesting than Avatar.
Yeah. I mean, every time I talk to Kevin about like, you know, stuff he did for Made in Abyss and like Tower of God, it's like that just makes me appreciate that sound even more now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the next time I watch Tower of God, I'm going to have the back of my mind being like, oh, okay, so this is what Kevin was talking about with this particular track. You know, I don't want to get distracted with it, but it's going to be in the back of my head somewhere.
I did have a moment with Made in Abyss 2 actually. Oh, it was there was I can't remember the exact scene of the track, but I just remember it was one of the intense scenes in the latter half of Made in Abyss season 2. There was this dramatic scene coming on, and then out of nowhere, Kevin, there's just this synthesizer solo just comes in, and I'm just like, for fuck's sake, Kevin.
It's like, damn, this seems dramatic, but Kevin killing it on the synths right now.
I'm like, just like all the flashback of the Kevin episode just come full force.
You just imagine Kevin just fucking...
Yeah. All those hours of Kevin talking about synthesizers has led to this moment. I'm like, for fuck's sake.
He does love his synths.
He does.
Yeah, he very much does.
Like, I have a similar experience with YouTubers even.
Really?
Is this just like a me thing? Like when I become personal friends with YouTubers, and I mean like, and I mean like more than just like I met you once at a party kind of thing. Like when I actually become like friends with people, a lot of the times I can't watch their YouTube videos anymore.
Not can't watch, but you can't watch them in the same way.
Yeah,
It's a different viewing experience.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, sometimes people are like just, you know, that good.
Yeah.
Where you can still watch their videos and enjoy them, right? Even if you know them in a personal level, maybe because they just have that much of a great personality on camera.
Yeah.
But like, I've had so many moments where I'm like, you know what? I really hope I don't get to meet this YouTuber because I really like their videos. Like, I'm like that with Anthony Fantano.
Oh yeah.
I love that man's content. I hope I never get to meet him. Just so I can continue watching needle drop videos.
This is the kind of dude, if you said that to him, he'd go out of his way to become friends with you.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Just spite you.
Yeah. Because it sucks because like I've had like so many YouTubers where I'm just like, I've loved your content for years and I've wanted to meet you and you know, and I met you and you're a great person.
Yeah.
And then I try and go and watch their videos and I'm like, it's just not the same.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a me thing, but
I don't think it's just you thing. I feel like that barrier is just gone. Like when you know the creator, like you remove that, I guess, fourth wall.
Yeah.
Because
my parasocial relationship becomes a social.
No, for real.
Yeah,
like,
for real. Yeah, the parasocial relationship becomes a real relationship, and you're like, oh, you're they're just like another normal.
You're just
person,
another
like,
dude.
And
yeah.
I know that, and we know that everyone who is making videos is just another normal person. But when you actually get to know them and you interact with them pretty often, you're like, oh, he's just fucking Chris doing his thing again, isn't he?
No, seriously.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's like, you know, I've had the amazing pleasure to meet so many fucking awesome creators, you know, doing this job. But it's just gotten to the point now where I'm just like, fuck, I'm running out of content to watch, bro. Like, I can't watch my friends' videos anymore. Like, I have to constantly be looking for like new people's content to watch.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you know, again, it's like there are lots of creators where it's like their personalities are so far removed from the content that they make, where it's like I can still enjoy their videos as just like a product. But like, you know, a lot of YouTubers as well, like love putting their own personalities into them. And a lot of those personalities that they show on screen are not that different or not different at all to how they actually are in real life, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's like, it becomes this really weird thing of like, it goes from like watching just this cool person on camera that you really admire and like their stuff to just like this equivalent of like, if a mate from high school just started making videos, right? It's just like, oh, this is weird.
I think that would only happen for me if it was like the YouTuber was a deep character, and then you met them and hung out with them, and they were like, just like chill.
Oh, like completely different.
I don't think it would bother me. I mean, it doesn't bother me if
I'm
like, oh, whatever. If the video's good, the video's good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's just a me problem.
I think so. Sounds like a you.
That is definitely a me problem.
It is an us problem. Yeah.
You know, when they say don't meet your heroes, I'm like, I felt that, man.
Yeah. I know the
problem was your heroes were YouTubers.
Yeah. It's an even weirder feeling for me. Like not even like normal videos where when you have a mate who does content creation, does YouTube, and then they make like a serious video.
Right.
And then you watch the serious video about them talking like this serious topic, and you're like, "Fuck, this feels so weird right now," because I've had like, you know, deep, close conversations with them, but right now it kind of feels like I'm reading into like their personal diary or something. You know, I don't know. It's this super weird feeling where I'm like, I want to be there for them. But this is a YouTube video.
It's
right
like when
now,
you
man.
it's like when you accidentally find like their private alt Twitter account, you know, where it's like where they just like use it as a diary, and it's like, oh, I shouldn't have. Maybe I shouldn't have seen this.
I've never understood the point of having like alt Twitter accounts or alt any of those accounts.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously have different YouTube channels, but they're very different things.
Yeah.
And I feel like what could warrant having an alternative Twitter account so I can post more shitty memes?
I personally don't like. I do kind of understand, but I personally don't feel this way. But some people just want to fucking shout things into the void. Yeah, just vent into the void, and not have to worry about the repercussions of some of the things that you get when you post stuff online. You know,
but I feel like, I don't know, if you can't say something online, just don't say it online. Like, I feel like, do you need to post like every thought you have to avoid on
Twitter? Some people do. Some people.
I don't get that.
No, I don't get that either. But some people.
You just like telling like me just fucking sending messages to the NSA agent watching me. Like what are you like? I don't get it.
I mean, I feel like it's
like when you find YouTubers or something, when they're like, oh, they have an alt Twitter account. Turns out they were super racist or something.
Right.
It's like, why did they do this?
Yeah.
It's like, I have a dynamite obsession. Just gonna collect it in my basement. It's like, what are you doing?
What I don't understand is people who have alt Twitter accounts that are public.
Yeah,
right? If you have an old Twitter account that's like locked, for example, then it's like, okay, they're probably just using the Twitter account as like a digital version of a diary, right? Where they can just like write down how they were feeling so that they can look back on it years later, right?
Yeah.
But I don't understand ones that are public, and I'm like, if you want to say it that badly, just say it on your own fucking account.
I don't understand those Twitter accounts that feel like they have to post every 5 minutes.
Dude, when I go to someone's Twitter account and I'm scrolling and I'm not even on the next day, that's when I'm like, oh my God.
I'm like,
oh boy.
I'm like, how are you having this many sentient thoughts in an hour?
Yeah.
I barely have this many sentient thoughts in a day, man. Holy fuck. Like,
yeah, if someone does post like 8 tweets an hour on average, that is like the biggest warning sign.
That's
for
a
me.
red flag.
That's
for
like,
sure.
I don't interact with that person.
If you start scrolling down and it says like 40,000 total tweets, and I'm like, all right, maybe I should unfollow.
But it's like, I understand that people want, like, it's hard for me because I understand that people want places to vent. And it's like, okay, maybe I have an old Twitter account that's private and it's just for me and my close friends.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that makes sense.
It's like, okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yes.
But also in my head, I'm like, why don't you just message your friends? Like to me, it's
plot twist. They have no
well,
friends.
that too. Yeah. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, damn, it's like a weird way of kind of like wanting attention from your friends without just being direct and messaging them.
Yeah.
And I'm not really, I don't, this could be like a Giga L take. I don't know. I mean, I just like, I don't fully understand it. To me, it's like, if you have close friends enough to have a private Twitter, shouldn't you just like hang out with them or message them or just those vents that you might have? Why don't you just hang out and say it to them?
I agree with that.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something giant here.
I think you are missing something giant here.
Okay, hit me.
I guess not everyone has not everyone feels like they have a close friend that they can properly vent to a lot of the time. You know, I think that is a big thing, especially in the age of social media. Is that, you know, you can have friends online, but there's a difference between, you know, I'm not saying online friends aren't real friends, but what I am saying is that there are still some people who you might not be able to feel comfortable around showing your true self around. And it's so much easier online to mask different sides of yourself. That it's might not be as easy as just calling up your mates to be like, yo, let's have a chat.
Right. I mean, obviously it's not always that simple, but I don't know. I feel like throwing a vent into the void that limited people have access to is also,
I think it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah. It's definitely sounds like a band-aid on a larger problem.
Yeah, it definitely is. Just get friends. Just get friends in it.
Easy said than done, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
first step: remember people's names. That's a very.
I mean,
good first
this is
step.
completely like, and I understand that I don't get it, and this is something I want to understand more.
Yes.
Like I'm not like, dude, you're a fucking loser if you have an alt account. I'm like, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Here's my thoughts on why I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, if you have one, hey, you do you, right? I can't tell you how to act online. Like,
I'm not your dad. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
This is Twitter.com. You are allowed to do whatever the fuck you want. If you're posting events, you're still posting like in the top 1% of sane tweets. In my mind.
Yeah. Except for having Twitter Blue. Don't have Twitter Blue.
Yeah, that's fucking lame.
Yeah. Then we will laugh at you collectively.
And I don't know. It's sad because I feel that like a lot of people who can't feel like they can't talk to anyone. I'm like, fuck, man. Wish I could just be like, hey, man, you tell me.
You can talk to me, man. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's too many people in the world.
Yeah, and then also, did you ever have? Were you ever on those Discord servers that had like vent sections?
No.
You ever seen these?
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Fuck.
It's like
that's an
yeah. I mean, again, the number 15 to hate Discord. They're so bad as well. There would be like these like, because I used to be on a lot of servers like way back when Discord first like kind of started. People used to have like a vent section.
Yeah.
And some servers where it's exactly what you think. People would just go and vent, but then it kind of turns into like a who is the biggest problem, and then
who can suffer the most.
And it's also like, I don't think the human mind is meant to just read suffering or anguish or just those emotions upon those just going through them and being like, oh, these are real problems. And I think it just does something to your head where you're like, I don't think this is healthy to participate in this or read this. But also, I think
Yeah.
a lot of people who would go to those were like desperate, and it's kind of like, fuck. What the fuck?
Well, there's a reason why, therapy is a one-on-one session. It's,
But then if therapy is also expensive.
Yeah, right. But like, there's a reason why one therapist doesn't take care of 40,000 people,
Yeah, right.
at the same
we don't have,
time.
often you don't have mass therapy.
Yeah, you don't have mass therapy.
All right,
no.
let's get on the Zoom call. All right, everybody
Yeah.
put your hand up one by one. Let's go through the problems. I got shit to do.
Yeah, like
all right?
it doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
Turns out I triple booked, so we gotta get through this.
It just doesn't work like that. And it's like, no, but like, it is unfortunate that like, I guess this idea of, like closeness in the digital world and like social media world has just been so skewed now to the point where it's like, yeah, man, I message this person every single day on Discord, play games, whatever, but like, because there's no physical connection there.
Yeah.
It just immediately doesn't feel as close. Even if in their heads, they're like, yeah, she is my best friend.
Yeah.
But when I actually have a problem that I need to vent out, I just have to take it to my alt account.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate that that's how it is.
I feel like
now.
venting is a very dangerous game online. Like,
Yeah.
Especially if you're an influencer or
Of
YouTuber.
course, yeah.
There's been a lot of dramas where it's leaked or whatever, and then you're like, oh, they said what?
Yeah. Apparently private Discord servers are never private Discord
Like
servers.
the Eagle drama that happened ages ago. There's this drama that happened where a bunch of, I guess they're labeled as Eagles, were just talking about other people in their field and being very horrible about it. But this is pretty common stuff. Like these do exist. I've never been on one, but I've heard of them happening before, and they're pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you would feel comfortable openly venting about other people in your industry in an open space. I feel like that's like, are you dumb?
Yeah.
Are you? Why?
Like, why would you
keep that shit to yourself?
Yeah.
Dog? Like,
why would
what
you
are
like?
doing?
Why would you like leave that on record as well?
Right?
Like that's what blows my mind.
But it's insane.
It's like the equivalent of going to a pub, right, and being like, I'm going to vent to my mates. Hold on, let me just record this entire conversation.
Right?
All right, so here's what I hate about my boss.
Yeah.
What a fucking asshole. They did this, they did that.
We all have bad thoughts, right? We all say things maybe in private that you wouldn't say openly, right? Because it's just humans and how we are.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be smart and keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah,
And don't fucking keep a record of it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Jesus. It's like another thing that I the main reason I don't know how we got on this topic, but when I meant like secondary accounts or alt accounts, one of the first things that came to mind is sometimes streamers or big streamers have like alt accounts to their main stream account.
Yeah.
But they're still live to anyone.
Right.
But they're not on their main account, they're on their alt account.
Like the waiting room accounts, right?
No, like it's actually their account.
Oh.
Like they'll just be live on an account with way less followers.
Yeah.
But everyone
Why?
openly knows. I think, if I remember correctly, it's something to do with maybe if the audience is too big on the main, they want a smaller audience where they just play games they wouldn't be considered as much content as normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, but also in the same way, I'm like, that seems kind of odd though. I feel like, I don't know. I kind of get it. So you still want to play the game, but it's not the game that your main audience wants to see. But also you can just play it offline,
where it's available to your main audience.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I feel like a lot of streamers I met.
Why do you say it like that?
A lot of streamers I met don't feel comfortable playing games offline anymore, and kind of need an audience, you know.
Yeah,
and,
I love playing games on stream, but I do game a little bit off stream too. But it does feel unproductive. Yeah, but that feels like a weird workaround to like get your brain to be like, this is good still, right?
Yeah.
Like I think you need to play games if you are a streamer. I know this is completely unrelatable to literally everyone. You know, I think that it's okay, and you just need to get okay with the idea that sometimes you're not working.
Yes.
Sometimes you can play that game, you're slacking off, and that's okay.
Sometimes you can have fun. Like
I think you just got to get over it and be like,
just get over it.
Just get over it and be like, hey man, some days it's okay to not work.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's fine. Totally fine.
You know, it's you got to have the you time.
Yeah, you're not procrastinating, you're not lazy. You just got to give some downtime to yourself, you know?
What I want to know if you do have an alt account that is public, Please explain the reasoning, because I genuinely,
Yeah, I
genuinely don't understand.
Like, I feel like I did a big L take, but like, it's not from a place of judgment or like, why the fuck would you do this?
It's
like,
curiosity.
I would like to know how it helps in any way or how it makes you feel. Because to me, and where I stand, I'm like, I'd just rather not be online than post that stuff.
Yeah.
I'd rather just, I don't know, I'd rather just write a diary and burn it.
I'd rather
than
just
do
like
that.
talk to my mom about it or something, you know, like.
I guess not everyone has that.
Yeah,
though,
right, or, you
I don't know. To me, I'd rather just not say that shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather just keep it in, suppress that shit, and then maybe when I'm like 80, I can tell about all the war crimes I've committed to my grandson.
On my deathbed.
Before I pass away.
On your deathbed.
You know, I don't know. Like, to me, it's like, I'm chill with keeping that in.
You're just lying on your deathbed being like, I leaked those DMs.
I was the one who infiltrated the group chat. See you, fuckers.
It's like, Granddad, how could you?
What's the statue?
You're on your deathbed, and you got like your grandson with you, and you're like, take this, and it's like a USB stick, and he's like, Granddad, what's this? He's like, it's all the receipts. It's all the receipts.
I do like the idea of like right before you pass away, you're like, I'm just gonna cause some chaos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just drop some information.
Dude, I'm going out swinging. I'm not going down without a fight.
If your kids are ever like terrible people, you just make the will like a battle. You're just like, you write it in a way that causes conflict. Me when I'm chaotic evil on the chart and I pass away. Please don't do this.
Me playing Game of Thrones with my own children.
House of Dragon was so good. I want to recreate it. I always when we talk about things on the podcast, I always get uncomfortable when none of us have a differing opinion about something. I'm like, fuck. We should get
Is this a collective L take?
Because I'm like, we could be completely out of touch on this thing.
Right.
You know? I'm like, what if we're just wrong? Like,
I thought you were gonna say, what if we just like, what if we're falling off? We're not arguing anymore. You know,
Also
we're kind
that,
of like agreeing with each other.
Like, isn't it fucking boring when we just all agree and none of us have any devil advocates to play? Like,
No,
we're just-
because, you know, we still get to have like a conversation about like how we collectively feel about it, right? And you know, if we decide to have a collective L take on it, then hey man, at least we're all in it together.
I'm having an L take with the boys for once.
Whenever I agree with Jerry and Garn, I'm like, man, I must be wrong. I must be in the wrong here.
It's like, I'm in danger right now.
I bet people on their alt accounts are going to vent about this episode. They're going to be like, why didn't they get me?
Well, will we see it? Probably
no,
not.
we won't see it. It's fine.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, I always like that we get to talk about certain things that are maybe more serious or more deep on the podcast, but I always do worry. I'm like, man, we're three guys we live in our own little circle, and we don't have enough outside opinions sometimes. That's why it's nice having guests on there as well.
Yeah,
It's nice to have the differing opinions.
I mean,
I think we're pretty good though at covering bases.
Yeah, hopefully, touch wood.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think that we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different opinions and different ways of looking at the world. And I think that's what also I like discussing things with you guys. Because when I'm wrong, I'm like, they'll tell me, right? They'll tell me.
What if we just leave you swimming and it's just like the comments will get him?
Before Trash Taste, I didn't realize how much of my life experiences and perspective was just based around, it's just like a Southeast Asian thing, isn't it? Like,
well, you don't realize until you get grilled online for every minute thing you say that, oh shit, maybe I thought some things that were just wrong.
Oh, it was a me thing. Fuck. I thought it was an everyone thing. God damn
there
it.
are something that are just me things. I'm like, please be my heritage. Come on.
Please say psych.
We all think all bread tastes the same, right? Fellow Southeast Asians, right? Come on.
And they're like, nah, I'm not collecting my mans today. I'm sorry.
I mean, no. What? In general, nobody is born knowing the correct takes or whatever is deemed the public opinion on a take. And you just have to learn it, and we're going to fuck up. And you all fuck up at home, probably. You probably just don't realize it because nobody's grilling you every goddamn second of the day, analyzing your opinions and what you meant by them.
Well, that's the problem with social media today, right? Is that like there's that, especially with content creators, there's that expectation of like, how did she not know about this thing that they clearly weren't raised upon? And it's like, well, fuck me, man. Like, it's almost like I'm living a completely different life to you.
Genuine question. Do you think there is kind of like, how can I word this? a rage economy going on in
for sure.
in social media.
Like, I mean, everyone also wants to have an opinion because in our day and age, having an opinion on something is the only currency that we have socially. Like, you just have to have a take. Like, that's everyone's thing now.
Yeah.
And of course, because we've learned that you want to get as many likes or whatever, and we've said this before on the podcast before, but like, it's to have likes in any direction, you go hard in one way or the other, right?
I just feel there's no winning in a situation like that, especially if you have a social media presence, because it's like, in this day and age, I feel you not giving an opinion is still giving an opinion. You know, it's that whole idea of like, it's like, okay, so what do you think about this particular situation that everyone is having an opinion on? And if you don't want to get involved, which, you know, some people choose not to, that's fine, then that becomes a statement in and of itself, right?
Yeah,
and then people be like, why don't you have an
do-
opinion on this? And then when you give an opinion, doesn't matter which way you go, there's going to be someone angry.
I mean, I do kind of agree that inaction and having no kind of thoughts on it is also kind of
an action in itself.
Yeah, because you've chosen not to get involved,
Right.
and it's like, what does that say about you?
Yeah.
Right, if you don't want to get involved,
Yeah.
but also, it's totally understandable if you're just fatigued by a lot of stuff. That you're like, dude, I don't fucking care about this issue. I have other issues that I'm more
See, that
concerned
is a
with.
level-headed person's way of thinking
Yeah,
about that,
yeah,
right?
right.
But unfortunately, on Twitter, there's,
but
there's a
if
lot
you-
of people who are not like that.
If you genuinely go on twitter.com to decide how your opinions are formed, then I think you're already going to be having weird-ass thoughts
course
and
you are, yeah.
really bizarre and extreme opinions,
Yes,
I think.
absolutely.
I think it's very important to make your own mind up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, have you guys like noticed as time's gone on? You know, we talked about how attention spans have gotten shorter because of the internet. Have you noticed, just in general, because of just some things you see online, you just end up getting like a bit angrier more often than